The Fortune of War by Patrick O'Brien. Dramatized for radio by Roger Danes. Episode 1.
How was it, Doctor?
Sure, it was no more than an ordinary interrogation. They feel in their way.
Your dinner.
Oh, Jack. You're the jewel of the world.
And all the wine is yours. I've had barely the heart to drink anything with you away.
I could drain oceans dry and eat the best part of an ox.
Was it the Secret Service?
The army.
Ah.
No navy, not even the French navy, would tolerate that general seediness of their Rue Saint-Dominique place. How does our escape come along?
I am resisted by the outer stone. Had I only a pair of double sister blocks and a proper holdfast, I could raise the whole prison. I don't suppose you know the proper French for that, Stephen.
A double?
Sister block. Coked.
Jack, I do not even know what it is in English.
Oh. Well, then I shall have to try to draw it. But without a purchase, that stone will never lift. And I dare not use hammers, not even by day. Not even with a workman's noise.
It would be a sad thing were they to pull down the poor old temple before you could enlarge a privy hole.
May I ask, did they...
It's too early for that. I did witness an execution, sure, but I knew the man.
You are a prisoner of war, Stephen.
As are we both, but the French think that perhaps I am not.
But as a prisoner of war...
There are limits to what may be asked, yes, at least at first. And I'm an obliging officer, and so I am willing to please them. I tell them tales. I began with the story of a shipwreck.
Which? There have been so many.
La Flèche did seem to me a good beginning.
Mr. Forrester! Keep your man to the pump! Keep to the pump! Keep to the pump! I'll have to hide to the first man who stumbles! You hear me there?
Stephen! Stephen!
Jack, I must save my books!
Do not go below!
The ship is on fire!
I should say so, yes!
Fire the main topsail!
How's it to clear the main topsail? Main topsail, damn you!
It has extraordinary speed and brilliance, does it not?
Well, it has. Stand away!
Must I say farewell to all my books again? My specimens?
Easy, easy there! Captain Aubrey's man, the blue cutter!
Come along, Stephen!
Extreme, general, incoherent violence. There's ever been that.
Make a lane there!
Make a way for the doctor!
Do not trample me, I pray, for all love.
There you come, Doctor! Handsomely now!
Killick! Make sure you grasp him carefully now!
Clumsy bugger, ain't you still? Begging your
I'm
pardon.
obliged to you, sir.
Ready, oars! First trumpet there!
Pull clear ahead, Bondon.
Keep heading, sir! Come on, what's the way?
Sir! Come on!
What in the dear's name?
The guns cannot be left to the heat, Stephen. They will go off at random. Perhaps hit the boats.
The Navy even has a practice for aiding a ship to die.
Of course we do. Men, ships. None of them is immortal.
HMS Flèche sank at 19 degrees 53 minutes south and 12 degrees 41 minutes west.
Since you say so, Major.
I calculate by Paris meridian, of course.
Of course.
In the South Atlantic Ocean, Dr. Maturin. Voyaging from Java to Plymouth with you and your Captain Aubrey as passengers aboard. We know perfectly well this, as well as we know who and what you are.
Well, as to that, sir, I am an officer of His Majesty's Navy who was a prisoner of war.
Not when you were last in Paris. Nor were you then here in the character of an officer, Dr. Maturin. You were therefore not protected by the laws of war.
But now I am, sir. And I am fully prepared to answer any questions within the limits, narrow limits they are, that may be put to an officer and prisoner of war.
I strongly advise you not to compel me to press you to the utmost.
You are very good, sir.
You are required to give an account of your movements. We already know a very great deal. No equivocation will be tolerated. Let us begin when you were the surgeon officer of His Majesty's ship, the Leopard.
Ah, the horrible old Leopard.
The 20th of November, 1812. 0 degrees, 21 minutes south, 105 degrees, 38 minutes east. At 11:30, Leopard under main topsails enter Palau Batang Bay, Dutch East Indies. Moderate sea, westerly monsoon increasing. Start the salute, Mr. Babington.
Start the salute, sir. Start the salute!
Number 1! Fire!
Mr. Weatherby, bring her to the wind and make our number.
Aye, sir. Number 2! Fire!
Captain, repair to flag, sir, if you please.
Prepare my barge there, Mr. Babington. We're clearly expected.
Give it here back, you poxy Abyssinian awesome bastard! Here, give it!
Kennick there. What's amiss?
Which it's your scraper, sir. What's your number 1 scraper? That bleeding wombat's got at it.
Well then, well, take it away from him, for God's sake.
What does it, sir?
You Kennick, you don't dare.
For fear of tearing the gold lace, sir.
Ah, the gold lace, yes. Well, now, you, sir. You give that hat up directly. Do you hear me there?
You see? That's what he does. The bugger.
We know it, Palau Batang, just.
Stephen,
I do so long to see a cassowary.
this is coming it pretty high, you know.
What is?
Your brute is eating my hat.
Well, it'll do him no harm at all. Be not so perturbed.
It's my full-dress uniform, Stephen, for the Admiral.
Ah, there. The salute is frightened. There.
Which the lace is all a who, and I'll never come to repair this tear, not in time. That brute bugger!
You should keep your hat under your arm, Jack. Just so. Nobody'll ever know. Aubrey.
Sir?
By God, I am glad to see you. We had quite given you up for dead.
My letters, reports, returns, and statements of condition, sir.
Yeah.
I am truly sorry to have taken such a time in bringing you the Leopard.
The horrible old Leopard. Back from the dead.
Indeed, sir.
I sailed in her in '93. Well, she is tolerably clawed about now. What have you been at with her, Aubrey?
Why, sir, we fell in with the Dutch 74.
The Vaxamide.
Just so, sir.
We were threatened with her. Damned nightmare.
It was. Not to be tedious, sir, she ran us to 43 south. A long, long chase.
And I did hear that you sunk her.
A very heavy following sea. We were short-handed. Outgunned. I tried to avoid action, but she kept coming on. Kept coming on. A lucky shot from our stern chasers brought her foremast by the board. She broached to.
Did she? By God.
Went down. All lost.
My God.
Yes, sir.
But well done. Well done indeed.
Sir.
Chloe? Chloe there? Give you joy of it with all my heart, Aubrey. It ain't every day a 50-gun ship sinks a 74. Champagne, Chloe, and cookers. Plenty cookers. We'll drink to your victory, Aubrey.
You're very kind, sir.
Now, what you must do is to get your dunnage ashore as quick as ever you can. The Admiralty did not give you up, long though you were missing. They have given you a caster.
Upon my honour, sir.
Indeed, she is a plum. You have been a long time away, Aubrey. Close your jacket, Chloe. She is my cook, Aubrey, by land. I find she answers very well for country dishes.
Upon my soul, sir.
Here's to you, Aubrey, and to your victory. Now, La Flèche is due from Bombay. She just touches here, the time to pick up my dispatches. You are to fly home on her as quick as an arrow. As quick as an arrow, Aubrey.
Yes, sir.
Flèche is the French for an arrow, Aubrey.
I was not aware, sir. Very good, sir. Capital, upon my word. Quick as an arrow. Yes, I shall repeat that.
And pass it off as your own, I dare say.
Oh.
Do you know what became of the Leopard?
The sea is a treacherous element, Major. A ship is but a frail conveyance.
Do not play games of words with us, Dr. Maturin.
Fragilis ratis. A mere soldier, howsoever gold his braid, he might not know what it is to be subject to every wind that blows.
Whilst you were at Paolo Batang, what did you see?
I did not see my cassowaries, alas.
What is this?
Are they but timid birds in truth, Major? I conceive they were scared away by the cricket.
The cricket?
Well played, Mr. Babington.
You want to watch the Admiral, sir? He gave me the most devilish twister.
Well played, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir. And yourself.
9 wickets down, 46 notched up then, Aubrey.
Well, we have high hopes, sir.
You are in a terrible way, Aubrey. Terrible. Where is your 11th man?
I must beg your pardon, sir, for my late appearance.
Here, sir. Allow me to name my particular friend, Dr. Maturin, surgeon of the Leopard.
No ceremony, I beg. Your £100 are practically in my pocket, Aubrey. Your servant, Doctor.
Shall we begin?
By all means.
You must go down to the other end, Doctor.
Remind me, Jack, the aim is to beat down the opposing wicket, is it not?
Look, just keep your end up.
Well, then I shall.
Close in, men. Close in.
And watch for the Admiral's twisters.
And I, who had not my equal with the hurley from Malinhead to Skibbereen, or the bat as the English call it,
I did warn you, Dr.
I
Maturin.
danced out to meet the Admiral's ball, took it as it touched ground, checked its bounce,
I shall not warn you again.
ran with the ball at the very hollow of my hurley.
Dr. Maturin!
Send for the Provost Marshal.
Silent, they stood amazed. The ball flicked into my hand. I tossed it high.
What are you doing now?
Stephen!
I regret to say we lost the match.
Change over rowers. Wet your jackets. Pass them to the new men.
You see there.
What?
Never have I seen those birds more than a few hundred miles from land.
Oh, that might mean another week. 4, since the Flèche burned.
Sir! A sail! Right on the starboard beam!
Sit you down, goddamn lubbers!
Have a care of my right
Sit
caser.
down!
His topsails up, sir!
Bondon, Killick, rakes to the starboard gunwale. Ready about.
On deck there. A boat. A boat to larboard.
Back foretopsail!
Back foretopsail there.
Ours. Blue Ensign. Ours indeed.
I conceive she is Java, sir.
Yes, by God, Java. I should have known her anywhere.
Java. She's Java, mate.
No revolt. A right plump 38 she is.
Which used to be the French Reynor, mate, taken off Madagascar.
Yeah.
They appear to have seen us.
They do. Thank God.
A boat ahoy! What are ye? Shipwreck! Mariners!
Handsomely now.
Tyndall, Stokes, down with man ropes, help them up.
What ship your oars, lads?
Hey, mate, can you get up the side yourself?
I believe so. Thank you.
Who's going to be next? You, mate. Oh, you look all in.
Good morning, sir. I am Captain Aubrey, late of Leopard. I should be obliged if my men might be seen to. They are quite knocked up.
Aubrey? Aubrey? By God, so it is.
Your servant, sir.
Lambert, I did not recognize you.
My surgeon will need a bosun's chair, sir.
Mr. Chads?
Bosun's chair it is, sir.
We thought you lost a great while since.
We have a corpse with us, too. Have you a parson aboard?
How came you here, Aubrey?
Pray tell me, sir, have you any news of boats from La Flèche?
None, alas. We heard of her loss.
She took fire.
And you have been drifting since.
She blew up. Vast, crimson. And timbers, masts, spars plunging.
Take my arm. Mr. Chads, have the boat hoisted on deck.
Hoist the boat, aye, sir. Hoist the boat there!
I should see my people aboard.
Broughton, bring brandy for Captain Aubrey. And mince pies.
Mince pies?
Small ones, do you hear me? Only small ones.
Is it Christmas then? Already?
And a poor Christmas it was, too. Never have I known a gloomier.
We have dispensed with the superstition of Christmas in the New France.
Oh, you have made away with so much in your new France. And so many.
Much we also have of intelligence, Dr. Maturin. Tell me now, when you were surgeon aboard the Java...
Major, you may indeed have much intelligence, but in this you are mistaken. The Java's surgeon was Mr. Fox.
Oh. How do you then explain the fact that the description of Java's surgeon fits you exactly?
A glance at the Navy list will show you Mr. Fox.
5'6", slight build, black hair, pale eyes, muddy complexion.
I cannot be held responsible for any man's description.
And the hands somewhat crippled. 3 nails on the right-hand tournout. You should not like to lose more, Dr. Maturin.
Is this not the gloomiest vessel you've ever known, Jack?
Oh, Lambert's people are kind.
Oh, none kinder. I've never had so many handkerchiefs in my life. But do you not find the Java's a strangely mum-chance crew?
They're honest enough creatures, I believe.
Oh, come, do you ever find a smile? Ever a single one of your flights of what passes for naval wit?
Well, God help them.
I'd be all for women at sea.
Stephen!
Even at the risk of some of your moral deviation you execrate so. Just to obviate some of the eternal, dogged boredom of cross cathar pins and grumlin futtocks.
I believe you have misapprehended the Java's conversation.
Sure, they speak of nothing but the Navy of the United States.
Well, we are at war with it.
Day after dismal day, the American Navy.
Contemptible, sir. Contemptible. Never fought a single action with any credit. Filthy ships. More like privateers than a real navy.
I seem to remember they had a little war with France.
In 99.
I'm obliged to you, Mr. Chads. Did not their frigate Constellation then take L'Insurgente?
That is true, Doctor, but Constellation carried 24-pounders to the Frenchman's 18s.
And you ignore that the Yankees were engaging with foreigners, not the Royal Navy.
I'm told they now have larger frigates to bring to their task with more and heavier guns.
3 of them are 44s, yes.
Yeah, well, it is all one, sir. They are contemptible, as I have said. Convicts for the most part, and piebald mongrels for the rest. We protected them from the French until, 63? And then what do? They bit the hand that fed them. Scoundrels, to a man.
Am I mistook in that they have also vanquished one of ours? The Guerriere, was it not?
I wonder if you know anything of their president, Doctor?
Ah, yes. A most unfortunate choice, Mr. Chads.
Oh, is that, do you say?
Without a doubt. No bottom. Weak, blown from side to side in all winds.
You say so?
I do. For all he may be a tolerable Hebrew scholar. He may have genteel, insinuating manners and a handsome, very handsome wife. But power, sir.
I beg your pardon, Doctor. I was referring to the ship, to the frigate, President.
Oh. Well, as to the ship, I'm qualified to form no opinion at all.
We all burn to have a go at the Americans, Stephen. Henry Lambert is as good a fighting captain as any man afloat. But never was there a more unlucky soul. If he takes a prize, it sinks under him or is retaken again. He has half a dozen boys and an invalid wife back home, and they have given him Java.
May that be accounted ill fortune.
She's as expensive a command as you could wish, not to mention this crew.
What is the matter with them?
I doubt that he has more than 100 real seamen aboard. Such a Bartholomew Fair setting those to Gants.
The disaffected? Mutinous?
No. And it's not fair to judge Lambert for them, nor his officers.
We are their guests, after all.
They've had no time to work up gun crews, were it me...
Even still.
Well, you're right. But Lambert has a very good notion of gunnery, and Chads, his first, is a most scientific officer. Chads dearly loves a gun. I dare say they'll bring the men to it.
Yet when you suggested a real, live discharge...
Yes, well, I regret that, Stephen.
Captain Lambert said he'd already been rapped upon the knuckles for exceeding his allowance.
Yes, well, there's a strict rule. No captain is allowed to fire more shot than a third the number of his guns per month.
You must have infringed that almost every day. Leopard, Lively, Surprise, all guns, both sides, the ocean in an uproar.
Yeah, but that was powder and shot that I'd captured. Or it was bought out of my own pocket. Lambert cannot afford that, Stephen. His men will have to learn by going through the motions.
Make all fast, so. Fail in this, and 2 tons of gun will be hurtling about the deck. That will crush more than your feet, Legman.
Aye, sir.
I would have you save Mr. Fox's labour, or Dr. Maturin's.
Good morning to you, Mr. Chads.
What say you, Doctor? Will they not do very well?
Little do I know of gunnery.
Well, they will. Good, sensible, steady men.
It must surely call for a very nice appreciation of distance, of angle, and of direction when both deck and target are in constant motion.
It does, Doctor, indeed. But it is wonderful what use will do. A month or 2 of such constant practice, and they will fire amazingly well at 1,000 yards.
On deck there! Sail fine on the starboard bow!
What is she? Can you see?
Top sail only, sir. They're closing of us fast.
She may well be your transport, Doctor. May I suggest you pack up your belongings?
If I hadn't come from stowing the captain's sea bag, you'd have been here still, standing staring at them handkerchers and warm weather drawers till the drum called us all to dinner.
Reserve Killick, I'm obliged to you.
Now, you need to show a leg, sir. We'll never get you a decent cabin on that bloody transport without Mr. Babington and Mr. Barron and all them wicked reefers nipping aboard of her like ferrets, swiping all the decent berths. Christ! What you got all here?
What have we?
Royals! Guns! No stunsails! No skyscrapers!
Send the royal yards aloft, Mr. Chads.
Royal yards it is, sir. Royal yards aloft!
Royal yards aloft!
Shall we run down and take a look, sir?
At this distance, the relative size of a ship may easily be mistook. You well know. She might yet prove to be your transport, Aubrey.
But you doubt that?
It is no more than a possibility, of course.
But it may be. We have the enemy under our lee.
Always a flying howdy-do aloft, sir. The old quarterdeck stood a-staring through their spy-glasses, which some are saying she's a Portuguese razzie. But Bondon, he said...
A razzie?
Why, a cut-down ship of the line, in course. All the guns behind one line of ports, 'cause the upper deck's gone. Well, surely you know that, sir.
I do so, now.
Howsoever, Bondon's been up at the jacks this last class, and he swears she's their Constitution.
The Americans?
Yeah, and Barrett Bondon, he should know her if anybody should. He saw a mort of her in the Med. Went aboard of her, too, when she was a-tickling up the Barbary States.
Give you joy, Dr. Maturin.
Mr. Babington, you have the air of one that is summoning me to the surgeon's cockpit.
In good time, sir. We have an American frigate, and a wonderful chance for revenge.
Wear ship and steady on the larboard tack.
Larboard tack it is, sir!
All hands prepare to wear ship!
All hands, wear ship!
Captain Lambert, may I speak for all my men?
Please.
May I suggest, sir, that you give the Leopards a pair of guns? We are used to working together.
With all my heart, Aubrey. If you would take over the forecastle battery, I should be infinitely obliged.
Sir.
Chads will show you to your guns.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Leopards! Leopards! To me! Do you hear me there?
Gentlemen! Gentlemen! 2 of our frigates and a sloop have struck to the Americans, and not a one of theirs to us. This must end. This will end. My intention is to go to the plain, straightforward way about it. Nelson, gentlemen. Never mind manoeuvres, always go at him.
Nelson, God bless him.
We shall bear down with all speed and lay the ship alongside her. Hit her hard as we can and board her in the smoke. It's very near time, gentlemen. So I will give you the king and confusion to his enemies.
King!
Loose your guns!
You were right, Bondon. She is indeed the Constitution.
Which I knew at once, sir. Heavy she is and well manned.
Out, Tompions!
Let us hope they cannot fire their guns as well as they sail their ship. Eh, Mr. Babington?
They mean to fight, sir.
Well, so do we.
The retractor, Dr. Maturin.
Thief, I nearly had him. You have more than your fair share of rats aboard, Mr. Fox.
I could not say, sir.
Have you thought to introduce a parcel of weasels at all? We find in Ireland they answer admirably.
I thought you had no weasels in your country. No more no serpents.
Well, we do not. The Irish weasels are all stoats. But for rats, they are the devil.
Run out your guns!
We shall send that ball of theirs back at them. Post-paid written on it in double quick time, eh, Bondon?
Wouldn't they just deserve it too, sir? The buggers!
Point your guns!
Fire as they bear!
Last.
On the roll, boys! On the roll! And... fire!
Will you not hold him steady? I can barely cut straight. There. Cauterize me that and take him down.
This man has gone. Bring me the next, Tyndall.
Right. You'll be all right, mate, now.
Captain Aubrey sends his regards.
My Barrett Bondon. What am I to do with you now?
Yeah, it is but a scratch, sir.
Indeed. Here is bread this skull. Needles, ho.
Sir, is my pigtail all right?
Never you fear for that. How goes it above?
Furious it is, sir. Ow! Gah! Blasphemy brings bad luck, sir. But Christ alone knows how them Javas are going to take you to Cousin Jonathan.
Hey, watch your mouth, mate.
You watch your own, mate.
There, hold still, Barrett.
Bursting your own guns with overcharging. I seen ya. 2 cartridges. Any old bits of metal.
Don't matter.
More.
We'll be boarding them in a minute.
And there. There you're done, Bondon.
Thank you, Doctor.
And my love to the captain.
Yeah.
Drink deep, boys.
Hands about ship!
Hands about ship there!
I like not this constant wearing of the ship.
Well, Lambert is matching the enemy's manoeuvres.
Maybe done once too often, sir.
Well, it is the most dangerous movement I have
Dear
attempted.
God! We're going to mistake!
She's going to break us!
Lie down!
Lie down!
Lie down!
Lie
You hear me?
down!
Lie down!
I do deeply grieve for Captain Lambert, sir. Did you and Mr. Fox not believe you'd saved him?
We did, Commodore, but he died more of misery than of his wounds, spite of our every effort and the help of Mr. Evans here.
He gave us a good fight. He was a most brave and gallant officer.
He was most keenly sensible of having commanded the 3rd frigate to be taken by our little navy, sir. And when we blew up his ship...
She was in no state for a prize.
He had so hoped to avenge the other defeats.
And, your own Captain Aubrey?
Has survived, sure.
And his functions are now much what they should be.
Mr. Evans tells me you nearly despaired of Aubrey's life.
Well, we did. I may tell you faithfully, sir, that had he been in command of Java, your victory would have killed him too. But now, why, he can defecate with ease, though he's had a shocking, shocking blow.
Well, will he be well enough to be moved before we sail for Boston, Mr. Evans?
No, I think not, sir. Despite my colleague's optimism, he is very weak. And I fear there is a look of gangrene still about the arm.
You will continue with Aubrey, Dr. Maturin? You will sail with us?
With your permission, Commodore Bainbridge?
You could still give us your parole, not to serve against the United States. Go straight home in the cartel ships to England.
I am sensible of it, sir, but my patient and friend...
Just so. You have had nothing lost, Dr. Maturin?
I'm gratified, Commodore, to acknowledge your extreme solicitude that nothing of Java's unfortunate officers should have been lost or looted.
It is the least of courtesies. But we are curious, Dr. Maturin. You did not claim this book until after we had arrived in San Salvador.
The doctor thought it might be mislaid, perhaps.
I am obliged to ask you whether it has anything to do with the Java's cipher or signals.
I collect Mr. Chads, Java's first lieutenant, threw them overboard, sir, just after he'd hauled down our colours.
Oh, it's this book, Dr. Maturin.
Oh, it is of a purely personal, medical, and philosophic nature.
Then these enclosed papers
have nothing to do with me, may I?
Yeah.
I believe Captain Aubrey's steward brought them aboard. This looks very like Aubrey's commission. Now, here, Mr. Evans, you may see... yes. Yes, the alimentary tract of the sea elephants.
May I ask why the text appears to be disguised?
Flayed hand here of a suffer from calcification of the palmar alponeurosis.
It's fascinating, Maturin. May I...
It does appear very like a code, Dr. Maturin.
Sir, a personal diary is best considered as a mirror in which man may see himself. Few would wish to reveal their innermost shortcomings to another reader. The oviducts of the whalebird. They're extraordinary. A medical diary, too, must also, perforce, be secret. Mr. Evans will support me.
Total discretion is part of the Hippocratic Oath. Indeed, sir, indeed.
And then it is notorious that the natural philosopher is extremely jealous of his discoveries. He would no more share the glory of a newfound species than a naval commander would wish to share his capture of a ship.
You will not take it amiss, dear doctor, if I point out that your priest-king is on the wrong square?
So he is too.
Monsieur Evans, may I beg a moment?
Ponte Cane. I name Dr. Maturin.
The servant, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Monsieur Ponte Cane is taking passage with us from San Salvador to Boston.
Le jeu d'échecs. My dear Dr. Maturin.
I've moved.
Yes. Whatever I do, I must lose a piece, it seems. So?
No, that is the wrong...
Hush!
You should have taken the fool. That is what you should have done.
That may be, sir.
It is, without any doubt.
But against a player of Mr. Evans' strength and practice, I fear I should contrive to lose in any case.
Against me also, for I do love this game. It is agreeable to my sentiments.
And to mine. As a citizen of a republic, since it always ends in the discomfiture of a king.
I, too, was a republican in the frothy pride of my youth. But I have with age come to think that, after all, a monarchy is best.
But not an emperor, Dr. Maturin?
Certainly not a tyrant, Monsieur Ponte Cane.
Sophie.
His wife. And his first ship.
Laugh and touch her. No.
Now I know what Jack Aubrey will look like when he's 65. Sick, grey, and weak as he is.
Oh, he has suffered much. But you saved his arm.
I resisted the temptation to cut.
And you were right.
A very great temptation that it was. But then I allowed him to stay too much on deck, perpetually in the wind, chilled through and through in the searching hope of a British man-of-war.
No, I will not do it, will not!
I collect. Now, there is likely to be a long delay over the discharge of our patient. Commodore Bainbridge has been told that the proper authorities in Boston must make their decision.
Is it the Leopard?
Yes, I believe it May have something to do with the Leopard.
Captain Aubrey had nothing to do with that disgraceful affair.
Nevertheless, he may not expect much sympathy, being known to have commanded that unhappy ship.
No. Leave your hand there.
At the time, the Chesapeake was brought to.
In peacetime.
In peacetime, yes. And the Leopard fired upon her and killed and wounded a score of Americans.
That
yes.
stands for all we hate in the Royal Navy.
And was under the command of another man.
Quick as an arrow.
At that time, Aubrey was 5,000 miles away.
That was not the affair I meant, Maturin. No. It seems that when he was in command of that wretched vessel...
Well, and what then?
You will forgive me. I have only heard rumors. And someone somewhere seems to have taken exception to some conduct of Captain Aubrey's.
Some misunderstanding, no doubt.
Well, but he is likely to be detained until the matter is cleared up. Now, if I may make a suggestion, my brother-in-law has a small, private establishment in a dry, healthy location near Boston Hill.
Is he also a medical man?
He is, sir. His terms are very moderate. They are, in truth, obliged to be very moderate.
What could be more eligible?
Well, sir, now I put this fairly before you. It is commonly in Boston called Otis P. Choate's Madhouse.
My dear Sophie, you know so well I always wanted to imitate Nelson as much as ever I can. Except in the marital line, of course. Ha ha. So here I am, dashing away to you with my left hand and writing much the same scrawl as Nelson did. But Dr. Choate tells me I may try the right in a month or so. My exchange seems to be hanging fire. I cannot tell why, but I dare say it will come as soon as I'm fit to travel. Which, my darling, will be in a week or two, at the prodigious rate I am gaining strength and weight. For I am fed like the Emperor of Mexico, who looks in on me every day in the most free and easy way you can imagine. So I see many of Dr. Choate's patients who are somewhat contrary in their wits. We all humour each other, each playing at being madder than the next. Come in.
My name is Jahil Branson, sir. I am of the Navy Department.
Oh-ho! Well, then good afternoon to you, sir. My name is John Aubrey. I'm grandson to the Pope of Rome.
I was not aware that the Romanists were yet allowed to be officers in your service, sir.
Well, I tell you, Captain, though it don't do to let this generally be known, but half the Board of Admiralty is made up of Jesuits. Pray take a seat. How is your brother Ned?
I have no brother, sir, nor am I a captain. I am come here to ask you some questions about the Leopard.
Well, ask on, old boy. All I know is she can't change her spots. And that is in the Bible.
It is alleged, sir, that on or about the 25th March last year, when you were in command of His Britannic Majesty's ship Leopard...
What about the Tiger?
The Leopard, sir.
I could tell you any number of tales about the Tiger.
The Leopard, under your command, fired upon the American brig Alice B. Sawyer. What have you to say to that, sir?
I confess all, Mr. Brenton. I shifted backstays, I slept out of my ship, kept false musters.
Sir, that is not
I allowed
the point.
stove casks to be thrown overboard.
The Alice B. Sawyer, sir.
And I blasted Alice B. Sawyer from the water with both my broadsides. Treble shot.
Sir,
I throw myself upon the mercy of this honourable court.
You recognize these papers, sir?
Of course I do. This is my commission. These are victualling notes. Some private letters for carrying to England.
And this?
It appears to belong to my good friend Dr. Maturin. I shall give it to him when I
Not so
next...
precipitately, Captain Aubrey, if you please.
And now good afternoon to you, Jahil Brenton, whom I know well to be a distinguished post-captain in His Majesty's Navy.
I have many questions.
Well, the door
for you
is
yet,
there, sir. Damn me, but you're a dreary lunatic.
A lunatic, sir?
Not a patch on the Emperor of Mexico.
Emperor of Mexico?
My personal friend, sir. You play but a dreary game, and I am tired of it. Mrs. Patterson will show you out. Beware of her, sir. She is a werewolf.
I should say he was in temper, sir.
But he was lucid.
He has made a recovery remarkable, I may say, Mr. Johnson. The Captain Aubrey was in the most poor health on board of the Constitution.
Was it there you met him, Ponce Canet, in your official capacity?
He was too ill at that time, a pneumonia. I did, however, make the acquaintance of Dr. Stephen Maturin.
Oh, yes, Maturin.
He is of interest to both our intelligence services, I think.
We shall come to him presently. What did Aubrey have to tell us, Brandon?
He acknowledged his name, stated that he is a Roman Catholic, and made similar allegations about the British Board of Admiralty.
Well, it barely seems likely. Was he playing with you?
He did seem much in drink. But he admitted that when in command of the Leopard, he fired both broadsides into our brig Alice B. Sawyer.
Both broadsides?
That is what Aubrey said, sir.
Well, that is enough to justify our keeping of him. Did he recognize the papers?
He did.
What are these papers, Johnson?
Oh, you shall see them. Copies of them in due course.
He claimed them for victualling notes. The sealed packages as private letters he was carrying to England.
You should know better. Private, indeed.
And the book?
He knew it from Maturin's diary.
Are we going to break the enciphered passages here?
The Dr. Maturin did speak of these to your Commodore Bainbridge and his Surgeon Evans.
Yes, and the reasons he gave for enciphering do appear to be justified.
Appear to be?
There is more here than a single cipher, is there not?
We think 3 or 4, sir, yes.
We'll discover them. Brendan, you will go back to the asylum, make Aubrey explain these notes and letters.
Sure.
And Maturin?
I will see him myself. He has very particular reason not to refuse any invitation of mine.
Well,
oh, I do beg your pardon, friend. I did not see you.
It is a common hazard in your streets, I find. Could you perhaps tell me the way to Franchen's hotel?
Friend, it is there.
Ah, an elegant building, so it is.
That is the house of the whore of Babylon.
Well, the whore seems to do herself pretty well.
Thou art neither so young nor so foolish as to enter into it.
I have a rendezvous there, just. Have you been within, sir?
I should not be welcome, even were I to desire entry, burdened as I am with my skin.
Extraordinary foolish prejudice.
If thou dost enter, friend, mind thy poke.
My poke is empty. I can be robbed by no man.
Art an earnest friend? Here.
No. Please, my dear sir. He that is down need fear no fall. He that is low, no pride.
Stephen! Stephen, how glad I am to see you at last. Polly, you will hurry down and bring up the best pot of coffee that Madame Franchon can make. Stephen. Oh, and some cream, Polly.
Magnificent creature.
Yes. Johnson has dozens like her. He breeds the houselays for size. I was so afraid you might not come. I waited in all morning, had everyone denied. Stephen! Did you not get my note?
No note.
Oh, you look quite pale. Sit down. Sit down. The coffee will be here directly. How are you? And how is poor Aubrey?
Was the note discreet, Villiers?
It's just compliments. And begged that you would call. For whom are you come, then?
Johnson.
He summoned you?
Listen, my dear, for he will be with us in a minute. What does he know about us?
Well, nothing, Stephen. What is there that he should know?
Nothing.
You and I are old acquaintances. Practically childhood friends. Oh, Stephen, how glad I am to see you. And to see a British uniform. To hear a British voice.
A uniform? A voice?
Oh, you, Stephen, you. I am sorry.
Well, we are all subject to the fortune of war.
Dr. Maturin.
Mr. Johnson, how do you do?
Oh, I'm exceedingly happy to meet you, sir. And I believe you have been acquainted with my friend, Mrs. Villiers. Here, since she was a girl.
Little more, certainly.
As you still are, my dear. And even more than all this, Doctor, it is to you that we are indebted for the most splendid monography on boobies.
Oh, you are too kind, sir. Too indulgent by far. If merit there be, it lies in circumstances, not in myself. In the matter of boobies, I have been more fortunate than most men. But I was marooned on a tropical island during the height of their breeding.
Ah, alas, we are very poor in boobies.
Oh, put them on the side, Polly.
I had the great good fortune to secure one of the blue-face variety when I was off the dry Tortegas.
Dr. Maturin will take cream.
But the white-bellied booby, oh, I have never seen. Oh, God damn you, bitch. Oh, yeah, well, where would the China makers be if no cups were ever broke, eh? Go on, go. We'll deal with you later.
I beg you, be not agitated, Captain Aubrey.
Oh, I do assure you, Mr. Brenton.
I regret there may have been some misunderstanding at my last visit.
None at all.
In any case, this afternoon has nothing to do with the Alice B. Sawyer.
Gratified, I'm sure.
No. My office is required to investigate all documents found of prisoners of war before any exchange can be contemplated.
Make it so, then, Mr. Brenton.
This, for example.
Victualling notes, as I've said. Compiled according to a system of my own devising.
Captain Aubrey, sir, do you expect me to believe that the Leopard consumed in a year 1,085,266 pounds of meat and 1,167,000...
Who is talking about Leopard? And what the devil do you mean, sir, with your "do you expect me to believe"? Gunfire.
Thunder, I conceive. We will leave the victualling notes for the present. Do you have anything to say to this?
Do you mean to tell me, sir, that you have broken the seal of a private letter?
A letter, sir, from an admiral in an enemy navy. May I ask what you may conceive to be the significance of Kicky-Wicky?
You read what was clearly addressed to this lady and no other.
My department has wide powers.
God is my salvation, sir.
Unlimited authority.
Some miserable scrub-faced swab of a civilian.
My own importance within the Navy Department allows me considerable powers of coercion.
You are to leave the room, sir.
Badgering with documents from the year 1.
Your pulse, Jack.
I shall not leave the room.
You're doing my patient serious harm, sir.
I shall not move a step until I have back that document.
This is a private letter.
Hand it back on this instant, sir.
I cannot have my patient worried like this. Go, sir, now, or I will have you put out.
You have not heard the last of this.
Let us now talk of Madame Villiers.
Major, I will not speak of a lady.
She is your mistress.
She is her own mistress and no other.
In Boston, Massachusetts, she was a mistress of Mr. Henry Johnson.
It goes to my heart, Stephen, straight to my heart, to see English officers, you, walking about prisoners of war, and the Americans do so crow.
And you a citizen of their country.
The silliest thing I ever did in my life. And now Johnson expects me to be pleased when Royal Navy ships are taken.
Do you say that is an egregious effrontery in him?
For a very clever man, he can be unbelievably stupid. He thinks of himself as Adonis and Byron and Croesus all rolled into one, and no woman can resist him.
But you?
How can I get out, Stephen?
Go?
I cannot.
He has something else over you?
He can be perfectly ruthless.
You're afraid of him?
I ran with him from London. I was taken to the Home Office and questioned for hours on end. Implicated. Afraid I should be taken up and hanged. I never imagined that what he did there was directed in any way against England.
So his work is important?
I thought he was just a too-rich man fooling about. A dilettante. But not at all. He has a whole swarm of people working under him. Advises the Secretary of State.
Perhaps he has been generous to you also?
Most women like diamonds. But even the slaves look at me as if I too have been bought. I cannot bear it. And then he is absurdly jealous. None of his black women is ever allowed to marry.
None?
The fellow is a perfect parish bull. I am desperate, Stephen.
You must marry me, Villiers. That'll make you a British subject again. You can return to England when Jack and I are exchanged. Be my wife.
I knew I could always rely upon you. But there will be no exchange, Stephen.
I assure you, before the week is out.
No. They believe Aubrey has something to do with intelligence.
Aubrey? My dear.
Well, God knows if they're right. I no longer know what to believe about anybody. Save you, Stephen. If they are right, God help Jack Aubrey in Johnson's hands.
Come in. Captain Aubrey. Good afternoon to you, sir. My name is Johnson. Henry Johnson. We got along very well together, Dr. Maturin. He spoke handsomely of you.
Captain Aubrey is very kind.
Well, he is the complete British sea officer. The kind that taught our men their trade.
And they've learned it well.
I did not like to linger. Aubrey has been so shockingly knocked about. He seems fatigued.
The loss of 3 frigates without a single victory.
Just so. Your opinions?
I only hope that all this useless slaughter and destruction will soon come to an end.
With all my heart. You are a man of peace, Dr. Maturin. And so am I. And peace would come much sooner, it seems to me, if only there were a clear understanding between us and the States and Europe.
I'm afraid, sir, the advice of a plain naval surgeon would be of little use to you.
You are not quite the plainest of naval surgeons, sir. I know something of your reputation, your scientific activities. I know of your distress at war between the States and the United Kingdom. I know of your, well, let us say, impatience at the English government's conduct in Ireland. And after all, our ends are essentially the same. Just and lasting peace.
Sir, we are nonetheless technically at war. If my advice could be of the least value to you, then I should be comforting the enemy. In spite of my esteem for you personally, sir, I must beg to be excused.
Dear Dr. Maturin, I will not take your refusal. Ask Monsieur Ponte Canet to come in.
We have it on excellent authority that a man cannot serve 2 masters.
No, but he may serve an end that transcends both. Forgive me a moment. I have to give this to the Frenchman.
Oh, Dr. Maturin, how do you?
I'm well, I thank you. And you, sir?
I do very well.
Here.
Thank you, sir. I wish you then a good day. Doctor?
You would not think so, but that man is the most devilish creature. His people had an agent on the Canadian border who thought it more profitable to be paid by both sides. They brought him down here. The sight of his body afterwards, I do assure you, it haunted me for weeks.
I have myself enjoyed French hospitality.
You are my guest. But in these critical times, we cannot be as rigid with our French colleagues as I would wish. Let us meet tomorrow. There are certain formalities to do with Captain Aubrey's exchange. And when we have dealt with them, I hope you may not object to my consulting you on a few points of purely European politics.
We went along surprisingly well. And Johnson thinks the world of Dr. Maturin.
Does he indeed?
Yes, said such handsome things about your birds and your learning, your Latin and Greek. And not to be behindhand, I added your French like a Frenchman's, your Spanish and Catalan. Not to mention all those outlandish languages you picked up out east.
Jack, brother, I am obliged to you for your good opinion, but my dear, in principle, you might avoid applauding me here to strangers.
Lord Stephen, have I done wrong?
I must tell you this, Jack. The Americans suspect us of being concerned with intelligence.
Ah. Is that why our exchange is so delayed?
It is. Do not, for God's love, give them a handle to grasp upon. This will blow over.
Well, if they suspect me of intelligence, why, I dare say it will soon blow over.
In The Fortune of War by Patrick O'Brien, dramatised for radio by Roger Danes, Captain Jack Aubrey was played by David Robb, Dr. Stephen Maturin by Richard Delane, Diana Villiers, Candida Benson, Preserved Killick, John Glover, Barrett Bondon, Sam Dale, Henry Johnson, Stewan Roger, Ponte Canet, Nick Underwood, Major Jean-Charles Clapier, Stephen Hogan, Jahiel Brenton, Gerard McDermott, Lieutenant William Babington, Don Gillet, Captain Lambert, Sean Murray, and Lieutenant Chads by Liam Lau Fernandez. All other parts were played by the cast. The Fortune of War was a BBC Scotland production directed by Bruce Young.
The Fortune of War by Patrick O'Brien, dramatised for radio by Roger Danes. Episode 2.
Jack, I must tell you that things are not quite as I could wish.
You say so, brother.
I do. The Americans have been suspecting that you're concerned with intelligence.
Not I, Stephen. Do I not make it clear every hour? I, intelligent. Do you see Shannon there?
Not without your glass.
She's awaiting for the Americans to try a break, which they ain't going to, safe in port as they are. Oh, she must be spoiling for a fight. I know I should be.
They now suspect me, Jack.
That is Brooke on Shannon's quarterdeck, or I'm a Dutchman. And I ain't that either.
The French are helping American intelligence, or seeking to control it, and they know me.
And is this the reason I've had so many visitors from the Navy Department, yet still no sign of our exchange?
There are no proofs. I do not believe the Americans will act without proofs. Johnson will not act without proofs.
Oh, prettily done.
What?
Shannon. She stays in her own length, nimble as a cutter. Taction sheets very prettily done.
Will you listen? There are French agents here in Boston, and with them, the question of proof may not deter.
Is that not to be expected, Stephen? My enemy's enemy's enemy and all that?
One of them has searched my room, not stealthily enough.
Well, little it is that gets past your notice, I collect.
On their own account, or put up to it by Johnson, I know not whether.
The same Mr. Johnson that visited me.
The same. He's an American intelligencer, a chief.
Oh, God, Stephen. Have I done wrong?
I'm sure you've not.
He said such handsome things about you, thought the world of you.
Yes. I fear it is not impossible the situation may turn ugly.
Well, they can surely not do anything to you in the United States. I mean, this is not Spain.
Still and all. I've desired my porter to admit no man he does not know. And I borrowed this from Dr. Choate's instrument cabinet. We use these for amputations.
It looks precious small.
A man is a pitiably frail machine, Jack. Many a one has been killed by a lancet, no more. Though not always on purpose. Sure, an inch of steel in the right place will do wonders.
Help! Doctor! Help! Quick, Dr. Maturin!
What is it?
Dr. Maturin, come! The dame is in a fit. Come use this way. Come, hurry, here in the coach. Is the blood.
What lady do you mean, sir?
Mettez-le dedans!
Go, doctor!
Stop! Steve!
Pickpocket! To me! Arrest you! Arrest you!
Assommez-le vite!
Pickpocket! Stop! Vite!
How pleasant to see you.
I wish to register an official complaint, sir, of the utmost gravity.
Will you sit?
I will not. I have just been set upon in the street, Mr. Johnson, in front of this hotel, your hotel, sir, by a band of ruffians, Frenchmen, led by that creature Ponticanet.
But Monsieur Ponticanet is a gentleman.
Attempted to abduct me, sir, to force me into a coach. I demand the protection of your country's laws and the common security universally afforded to captured officers.
Will you take a little brandy?
I demand that Ponticanet be brought to trial.
At least a glass of water?
I demand his followers be identified and punished.
I shall certainly make the strongest representations to Monsieur Ponticanet's chief.
The British agent for prisoners of war will make the same demand as I, when I have seen him, and at the highest official level.
Be assured, Dr. Maturin, I do regret the incident extremely. But now, as man to man, you may perhaps consider some of the difficulty of my position.
Well, I may take some of your brandy.
I can. I will. Protest, of course. I am infinitely concerned, sir. In wartime, however, I am but a small cog in a very large machine.
You are too modest, Mr. Johnson.
I do assure you, a very small cog. Now, in time of conflict, if those bigger cogs should think fit to allow French agents a greater degree of liberty than I, to be frank with you, than I think congruent with my country's sovereignty...
Saying that you cannot do more than protest.
There will be no repetition of this morning's incident. My own agents, Dr. Maturin, I can most certainly protect. I dare say you are very angry. Well, I will not press you now.
He holds the Frenchman over my head as a threat, to compel me to acquiesce.
You have torn your coat pocket twice over by pinning it thus.
I do so admire the way you sailors ply the needle.
Pretty set of scarecrows we should look if we were to wait for women to do it for us. You think the French have smoked you?
Oh, you know, Jack, I've done them always all the harm that I could in my line. I think they'll kill me for it if ever they can.
Well, we must see to it that they can't, then.
I think Johnson can protect me, if he wishes.
Because of your friendship with with Diana?
Not at all. He and she are not well together. She hates him, Jack. As a man, as an enemy. Diana is very patriotic. She feels our reverses in this war most bitterly.
So must anyone who has a scrap of pride.
She wishes to leave Johnson, leave America. I have proposed that she should marry me.
Oh, Stephen!
I know. But she might thereby recover her nationality. Return with us when we're exchanged.
How much of this does Johnson know?
He is an egregiously jealous man, and they are the great ones for dueling in the southern states, I collect. Did he know, he would provoke me. Or throw me to the French.
Here is your coat.
Oh, very prettily done, my dear.
Dear Lord above, Stephen. How I wish I could get you clear of all this business.
How dirty, ugly, and underhanded it is, so.
Oh, how I long for the open sea.
Où est-ce qu'il s'est passé? Il a pu filer dans l'hôtel. Cherchez-le.
Villiers! Oh dear, Villiers!
Quel corps de là-haut?
Oh, for dear love!
Demande du quoi?
Diana! Quick, for the love of God! Don't be a fool, woman. Open, quick, dear Christ and all!
What are you at, Maturin?
Close the window.
You're flying from an angry husband?
Shutter! Curtains!
Bounding from one bed into another. It's not like you, Stephen.
Get in on top of me! Diana, I beg you!
It is a thief, Madame Franchon. He is within the hotel.
You are certain of this, sir?
Nothing is more certain, Madame. My comrade has chased the man, but he is not to find in the passages. The rooms, therefore?
I cannot permit you to disturb my guests at this hour.
L'étage au balcon, il est à monter. The floor of the balcony, Madame?
Oh, yes. It would be there.
What is it?
Extremely sorry to disturb you, ma'am, but it is thought a thief has taken refuge in the hotel.
A thief, do you say?
Have you perhaps heard or seen anything, ma'am?
Nothing at all.
Might I look into the inner rooms, ma'am? You have the keys?
Oh, certainly, Madame Franchon.
Belaz, for the love of...
Nothing anywhere, gentlemen.
No man has passed us here, Madame.
Your thief must have flown into the phone.
No.
I will disturb no one again, sir. I bid you good morning.
Do you mind drinking out of my glass?
The worst of it was that woman's logorrhea of apologies. I thought I should die of suffocation.
Here.
Or cramp. Is it a kind of whiskey?
They call it bourbon.
Well, I will.
Oh, my God, Stephen, I thought you had deserted me.
Well...
Oh.
I was escaping from Ponticanet and his agents.
You called me a fool.
They will kill me if they can.
As if we were already married. Perhaps I am a fool.
We must leave Boston as soon as may be, but I cannot stir from here, Villiers. Will you take a message to Jack? There's no danger to you.
I will dress at once.
A veil, too. It would be well you were not seen, not recognized.
So there is danger?
I need pen and paper.
In Johnson's rooms. The keys?
What is amiss?
Diana is sick.
Well, lean her at the leeward side.
Yeah, come here.
The leeward, Stephen. Oh. The other side.
Cursed snappish out tonight, Jack.
After all these years you've been at sea.
Do I expect you to understand medical jargon?
Passes human understanding.
Oh, will it be much further?
If we can find the Shannon in this fog, cousin, it will be at no distance.
Be easy, my dear.
Why did you kill him, Stephen?
I found it incumbent upon me to investigate Mr. Johnson's desk, the papers, the files. Many of the French documents were translated in Diana's dashing hand. Oh, yes, she will have useful knowledge. Note about myself.
Ponticanet confirms that Maturin has an intention to retire to the States. We might swing the scale with the grant of land interesting to a naturalist.
Diana's diamond necklace in its open case, and under an obsidian phallus paperweight. The seal had been raised. I was not the first to read it.
Dearest Stephen, perhaps you thought I refused your offer. I saw you go away without coming back to me. We were interrupted, and I had not given you a clear answer.
And I thought back to another letter, long time ago.
Dear Maturin, you will think me very cruel.
And then I heard the door. Ponticanet, on the same errand as my own self.
You do me too much honor, Stephen, dear. I should never have refused you before. And now I will marry you whenever you wish. And oh, so gladly.
Oh, la garce.
Such as I am, alas, I am entirely yours.
La garce.
And so I killed him.
Poor soul.
He would have killed me, sure.
I mean Diana.
She was always the troubled sailor.
Here, put my coat over.
Yeah, easy now.
Use the bait pots to bail. The bait pots, Stephen.
Do this, do that. Clap at the panting strangles there. They're not amiable, Jack.
We're running for our lives in a stolen scow, and we'll all hang if they catch us. Bail.
There's the head of a decapod within.
Toss it out and bail.
You're smiling, brother.
To be candid, I am. Do you see that? Just clear of the Brewster Islands.
I do not. I see bailing.
The further island. The northern. The one on the left.
What?
Hull up, for God's sake.
Well, yeah. So I do, yes, I perceive it now.
And?
Well, for what my opinion is worth, I should say it looks quite like a man of war.
That's the Shannon, Stephen. Standing in for her morning look at the Chesapeake.
We then save.
I believe so, Stephen, yes.
Mind the paintwork! God damn your eyes! Mind the paintwork, I said! Fend off!
I must ask you to moderate your language, sir.
Pass him a line, Wyatt.
Line it is, sir.
I'll moderate a round shot through your bloody bottom.
We have a lady in the boat, sir.
The paintwork, damn you!
Stand the class and strike the bell!
And take your hands out of your pockets when you speak to me, Mr. Faulkner.
Captain Aubrey! By Christ, I beg your pardon, sir. Will you come aboard?
I shall. A boatswain's chair for my companions, if you will. And pray you, will you tell Captain Brooke that I should like a word with him?
Cousin Jack, how glad I am to see you.
Philip, how do you do? May I present Dr. Maturin, my particular friend?
Doctor?
Captain Brooke, your servant, sir.
How came you here, Jack?
In that boat, I do assure you. The three of us have escaped the Yankees, well and properly.
We will place the lady in the master's cabin. Mrs. Villiers, I believe?
My betrothed, sir.
Really? Give you joy, sir.
Thank you.
I've been watching you, Philip.
How so?
I had a fine view of Massachusetts Bay from my window at the insane asylum.
You lodged at an insane asylum?
I was nearly driven mad by their damned Navy Department, Philip. Day after day, drivelling on some rubbish about the Leopard and a Yankee scow.
You will have observed the harbour, then.
I have a good glass.
Every day I visited, he was at the window.
I'm off to the Chesapeake.
James Lawrence is her captain. Later the Hornet. It was he sank the Peacock.
I yearn to meet him, Jack.
Well, we were introduced to him in Boston, were we not?
Yeah. Captain Brooke means to meet him in battle, Stephen.
Chesapeake is now the sole object of our long blockade. I've been waiting for Lawrence day after day for the chance to avenge our string of defeats. And now, with our supplies and water running low...
You should not wish to be forced off the station.
No, indeed. To let him out, or to leave him to another. That fairly torments me, Jack. I will not dissemble with you.
Have you invited Captain Lawrence to come out, sir?
I have sent several messages, by discharged prisoners. I dare say they never reached him. I hope he be not shy.
Lawrence? Never in life. He's a very fine fellow, Philip. If his orders do not compel him to sit still, he will give you a meeting with all the pleasure in the world.
Oh, Jack, how I hope so. Come, let me show you what we have prepared.
Loose your guns!
Wednesday is swivels and maintop and all marines at musketry. On Thursday, midshipmen at target and carronades. Friday...
Lord, Philip, that must stand you in a pretty penny.
Run out your guns!
Well, it does, Jack. Powder at 8 guineas a barrel.
To say nothing of the shot.
Last year I sold the meadows at home, where we used to play cricket, you remember?
No luck with prizes?
Point your guns!
I burned them.
What? That is heroic.
It is that, or weaken the ship by sending prize crews away to Nova Scotia.
Don't it vex your people, though?
Prime! They know I lose 20 times as much. And they burn for a victory, Jack. They burn for revenge on the Americans, as do I. For Peacock, for Courier, Macedonian, Java.
Java, yes.
Revenge, Jack. Revenge.
Fire!
God.
They are but exercising the great guns.
Stephen, close the window. There's a lamb. Oh, I must look utterly disgusting.
Much better now you've been sponged and tidied.
I'm sorry to be such a spectacle. It's such a bore.
No.
Have you your papers safe?
Have you your diamonds?
I did not steal them, Maturin.
I said not so.
I earned them. They're mine. I earned them by receiving his horrible guests, translating his damn documents bearing his treatment.
Your seasickness is passing.
I never knew you had anything to do with spying.
No more I have.
Lord. Stephen, dear, I am just beginning to realize it. We have escaped. We have run clean away.
Good morning, Mr. Faulkner.
Good morning to you, sir.
Have you seen anything of Dr. Maturin this morning?
No, sir, but there is cocoa waiting for him in the gun room.
That will set him up, I'm sure. Pray, those men by the carronades, they scarcely have the look of Shannons.
Irish labourers, sir. From a Halifax privateer that had taken them from a Yankee privateer that had taken them from a Waterford brig. For all they speak hardly any English, I believe they may be useful when it comes to boarding.
How so?
See those three with the broken heads? Terrible battles they've fought amongst themselves. And they understand pikes and axes all right. Dr. Maturin, sir, good morning to you.
And a good morning to you, Mr. Faulkner.
I trust you found your cocoa hot?
I did, sir, and return all thanks.
What do they say?
Hail to the Virgin Sun. We say that in Ireland at cockcrow, so if we meet with a sudden death before the day is out, we may also meet with grace.
Well, they must keep that stuff until we rig church. Can't have Christian practices on weekdays. Mr. Bartholomew, move those men!
What, sir? Come on! To your duty!
Listen now, Jack, will you? Diana says that sea captains can marry people. Is that true?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Philip!
Sir?
May I ask, how does Mrs. Villiers? Not too disturbed, I hope, by our days of practice?
The most distressing symptoms are over, sir. A tonic draught, a small bowl of arrowroot gruel, will set her up to a marvel this afternoon. And then, sir, you'd oblige me infinitely by marrying us.
Marrying you, sir?
If you have the leisure.
I should be very happy, sir. But, I have never performed such a maneuver, such a ceremony. I'm not sure of the forms, of the extent of my powers. You will allow me to consult the printed instructions, and then I shall let you know how far I may be of service to you, and to the lady.
I thank you. Good morning, sir.
Is your friend serious, Jack?
Perfectly so.
But I understand him to be a Romanist.
Well, he's wanted to marry her for, well, forever, Philip.
He must know that even if I perform this, it means nothing to those of his persuasion.
She's Sophie's first cousin, you know.
Well, why the hurry? Don't he know that we shall be in Halifax before the week is out? A priest can do his business there for him.
Well, that is the very point, Philip. I gather there is some question about Diana's nationality. In Nova Scotia, she might be considered an enemy alien. Marriage here would settle the matter.
Have you ever married anyone aboard ship, Jack?
Not I. I'm fairly sure it can be done. You are the captain of a king's ship. Save hang a man without a court-martial, you can do close on anything.
On deck there! On deck! Chesapeake is out in the road!
Come in.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Brooke. I am in command of this ship.
Captain Brooke. How do you do?
Well, I am come to ask you that, ma'am.
I am considerably better, sir. Thank you.
To pay my respects, ma'am, and to say that I fear we must ask you to change your quarters.
Is this why the noise?
There may be more presently, and worse. In short, an action. But I beg you will not be alarmed.
No, I am not at all frightened, sir, I assure you.
You will be in no danger in the forepeak, ma'am. I've had the pigs moved, and the noise will be much less.
Then if you will be so kind as to give me your arm, sir, I shall go along at once and be out of the way.
Sir! She's coming up fore topsail, main and mizzen!
Course due east, Mr. Bartholomew. We may keep her under an easy sail.
Due east it is, sir.
Shannon, off Boston Light. My sweet Sophia, I hope and trust we shall be in action with the Chesapeake before this day is out. I could not wish for more, my dear. But, should I be knocked on the head, this is to bring you and the children my dearest, dearest love. And you are to know, a man could not die happier. Your affectionate husband, John Aubrey.
I am afraid it is worse than I had thought, ma'am.
Please, Captain Brooke, do not trouble yourself with me.
I shall send a couple of hands.
I can deal with rats, sir.
It is dark, ma'am, and somewhat cramped.
Captain Brooke,
But I do trust you will not have to stay here long.
Only let me wish you victory. I am sure that you will win.
You are very, very kind, ma'am.
I put my whole trust in you, in the Navy.
I shall have an even greater motive now for doing all I can. You never told me Mrs. Villiers was so beautiful.
What? Oh, forgive me for starting, Philip. Yes, to be sure, she is a handsome woman.
Handsome? She is perhaps the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I do not wonder at your friend's impatience, Jack. The man would be glad to fight for... I shall be proud to call her cousin.
Aye.
Chesapeake is hauling her wind.
And very handsomely.
Well, we will finish clearing the ship. There is little to be done now.
What is happening, Stephen?
I'm bringing you some portable soup. Goes down quite well if you do not breathe.
Are they chasing us?
I do not believe it is a question of pursuit, my dear. Captain Brooke has directly challenged the Chesapeake, and now both ships are moving out into the open sea by common consent for battle.
What about this is like lukewarm glue?
It will rectify the humours. Pray, take a little more.
Oh. Perhaps I spoke too soon when I said we have got clean away. I should have touched wood. I should have clung to it. What will they do to us if we are taken?
Us?
Well, you and me and Jack Aubrey, of course.
They'll hang us up, my dear.
Johnson is on that ship.
I dare say you're right.
I am sure of it.
There's a great deal to pursue, and he's a most passionate man. Should you care for a pocket pistol, my dear?
You could not have had a better thought. Now I need not be afraid.
They have said that the English have forgotten how to fight. You will let them know today that they lie. Fire into her quarters. Do not waste shot trying to dismast her. Main deck into main deck. Quarter deck into quarter deck. Kill the men. Kill the men and the ship is yours. Do not cheer. There will be time enough. Go quickly now to your quarters. I know you will do your duty.
Well done. Well done, by God. Well done, the Shannon.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Where's Captain Brooke?
Below, sir. Wounded, I regret to say.
Damn, I am sorry for that. Is he very bad?
Barely conscious, sir. He is very badly wounded in the head.
But his intellects are in trim, Mr. Wallace. Does he know about his famous victory?
Yes, sir, he does. I believe that is what keeps him going. And, sir, if I may, my name is Faulkner.
Can he be seen?
The surgeons would not let me in this morning, sir.
Turn the glass and strike the bell!
Did you suffer a great deal?
23 killed, sir. 59 wounded. A quarter of our people.
Just so, just so.
But the Chesapeake had above 60 killed and 90 wounded. Captain Lawrence died aboard us on Wednesday.
Bloody business. A cruel business. But worth it. Yes, by God, it was worth it. Is that Aubrey?
It is, sir.
Aubrey. It is Aubrey, upon my life.
Good afternoon, sir. How do you do?
I was sure I could not mistake that yellow hair, though it must be years.
15, sir, I believe.
Damn, it must be. I knew you was in Boston. How came you here?
I escaped, sir.
Well done, you. Wounded?
Musket ball to the arm, sir. In the Java action.
You was aboard the Java as well. Damn, Aubrey. But you must have had enough of Cousin Jonathan by now.
Tolerably, sir.
And so you was aboard for this noble victory. That was worth an arm or two, by God, eh? Now, you and Mr. Faulkner here must give me a brief account, informal just. You shall put it in writing, Faulkner, directly. But now...
Well, sir, Captain Brooke found that the Chesapeake was alone in Boston Harbour.
Did you bring him that intelligence, Aubrey, when you escaped?
At the most, sir, I was able to confirm Captain Brooke's reconnaissance.
He sent his consorts away and challenged Captain Lawrence to come out and try the issue in open waters. The Chesapeake came out indeed, sir, in the most handsome manner.
Good. Noble.
Most gallant, sir.
We fought fair and square, sir, evenly matched.
Broadside to broadside, sir. No manoeuvring.
Go at 'em, by God.
In the first few moments, we swept the Chesapeake's quarterdeck clear. Killed or wounded most of her officers.
We raked her, boarded and carried her, sir, in just 15 minutes, from the first gun to the last.
15 minutes, by God. Give you joy with all my heart, gentlemen. How I wish I had been with you. I'm most damnably grieved for Brooke. I must have a word with him, if the surgeons...
Oh, his doctor is here, sir.
Mr. Fox, how do you do?
My name is Maturin, sir.
How is your patient, sir? Is he fit to receive a visit?
No, sir, no visit can possibly be allowed until my draft has had its effect. I'll send for you.
You have done very well, Mr. Faulkner, you and your shipmate.
Hold hard, Stephen. This is the Admiral, you know. Jack, I have another amputation on my hands. I've not paused to chat with the Archangel Gabriel himself.
Your surgeon, Aubrey, I have seen his face before. Saturnine, did he say?
Dr. Maturin is a prodigious physician, sir, and my particular friend.
I have it. I met him at the palace. He was treating the Duke.
Yes, I believe he was called in to Dr. Prince William, sir. We have sailed together since the year 2.
No great respecter of persons, is he?
Well, I'm afraid he's still not quite used to the ways of the service. He sometimes gives unintended offence.
I'm not at all offended, Aubrey. I don't take myself for God the Father, you know, though I do have my flag. Your servant, ma'am.
How do you do, sir?
Diana, allow me to name Admiral Sir John Colpoys, my cousin, Mrs. Villiers.
You're humble, most devoted, ma'am.
Mrs. Villiers was in Boston, sir. She escaped with Maturin and me.
How I envy you, ma'am, to have been in such a brilliant action.
Oh, I was kept below stairs all the time, sir. But how I wish I had been a man to board and fight with the rest of them.
You would have struck them all dead, ma'am. I am sure of it. You must take up your quarters with us. Lady Harriet will be delighted.
You are very good, Admiral.
My barge is at your pleasure, if you choose, to go ashore this minute.
Oh, I must beg Lady Harriet's pardon, sir. I fear I shall be kept for some hours yet with helping the surgeons.
I honour you for it, ma'am.
Your pardon, sir.
Yes, yes, go. Go, ma'am. Damn my eyes, Aubrey. The moment Mrs. Villiers is ready, you are to bring her up to the house.
Sir?
That is an order, Aubrey. Do you hear me there?
I received your warning about the Frenchman in Boston, Major Beck. I thank you for it.
I trust there was no unpleasantness.
Oh, a busy, troublesome fellow by the name of Ponticanet gave me uneasiness for a while. But I clapped a stopper over his capers, brought him up with a round stern.
How is that, sir?
I cut his throat. In the rescuing of these papers, sir. From the desk of Mr. Henry Johnson, with whose role in American intelligence you're no doubt acquainted.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I have obtained a list of his agents in Canada and the West Indies, ciphers, letters containing detail of the present and past relationships between the French and American intelligence services, projects for future operations.
A clean sweep, my lord. Dr. Maturin, sir. This is the completest thing that ever I heard tell of.
Copy them, Major Beck, by all means, but the originals must go to Sir Joseph Blaine in London, in my possession, and by the first ship that offers.
This first list alone will keep our firing squad busy for weeks.
Now, sir, I have an observation to make. Have you heard of Mrs. Villiers?
Diana Villiers? Johnson's mistress?
No, sir.
A renegade Englishman?
No, sir. Mrs. Villiers was not Johnson's mistress. She merely accepted his protection in a foreign land.
Oh, come, sir.
Not a bit of it, sir. Nor is she in any conceivable way a renegade. I possess these documents through her, sir. I should be sorry to hear her name used so lightly.
Yet, it appears that she did take out papers of naturalization in the United States.
Mrs. Villiers regarded it as a trifling formality at the time. That had not the least effect upon her natural allegiance.
A thoughtless act, you say?
But since she is technically an enemy alien, sir, I wish to observe it as my considered opinion that the usual certificate should be made out in her favor.
Directly, sir.
It would not be fitting that the lady be molested or in any way made uneasy.
You will allow me to observe, sir, that this is valid only for my own region. Were the lady to return to England,
I thank you, sir,
she would be laid by the heels before the day was out.
We give thee hearty thanks, for that it hath pleased thee to deliver this, our brother, out of the miseries of this sinful world.
You knew him, Aubrey, I believe.
Yes. Lawrence came to see me in Boston. He had captured one of my officers when he took the Peacock. I was very kind to him.
Well, they do say he was a gallant officer.
Both in body and soul, in thy eternal and everlasting glory, through Jesus Christ our Lord.
I never regretted an enemy commander so.
Amen.
Amen.
He brought his ship into action and fought her in the handsomest
The grace
manner.
of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy
You
Ghost.
cannot have a victory without the butcher's bill, Aubrey. That's the devil of it.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Yes. I still have an image of Lawrence. He's standing there on his quarterdeck, as I should have stood on mine. Just before our first broadside swept him clear away.
That is the devil of it. But you had a noble victory, by God.
Philip Brooke had a noble victory.
Ready your arms!
The Shannon, then. Oh, I never cheered so loud nor so long in all my days as when I saw you bringing in your prize.
Prime!
Give you joy, Aubrey. With all my heart.
Joy, Parker? Joy? God rest Lawrence, and give him joy.
Fire!
This is going to be a prodigious fine ball, Jack.
Is it?
It's rare to see such universal delight. That's what victory brings, I take it.
Well, everybody seems wonderfully happy.
Some interesting women now.
How's that?
Observe the pink muslin there. Once a barmaid from the Keppel's Head in Portsmouth, now adorned with a post-captain's wedding ring.
Sailors ever fling themselves into the strangest arms.
Oh, look, not so like the Last Judgment, Jack. There are other ladies here, too, whose faces are vaguely familiar.
Oh, perhaps from other inns. The stage. Oh, some tobacco shops.
I have a theory that the freer, or even the more wanton a past may have been, the more reserved, correct, and even prudish may be the established present.
Stephen, there you are. I have told half the men here that I am engaged to you for dancing.
Shall you take some champagne, Cousin Diana?
Oh, if you might fetch me an ice, Jack.
I shall bring some directly.
Stephen, this is going to be a lovely ball. Do you like me?
Very well indeed. The black band about your thorax is a stroke of genius.
Well, that's very well. But I'll tell you what. Just you mix me a glass of bosun's grog, will you?
Aye, aye, sir. A glass of grog it is. You want something with a bite in it, sir. That poor thin fizzy stuff. A man can blow himself out on that, like a cow in grass.
Maturin, you dance quite beautifully.
Are you surprised, my dear?
I'm very happy. Everybody seems wonderfully happy. Everybody except poor Jack.
Who is that very handsome man, Admiral? Over there, by the window.
That is Captain Aubrey, Miss Smith, one of our best frigate captains. Should you like me to introduce him?
Oh, if you please, Admiral, my dear.
Pleasure is all mine, ma'am. Aubrey!
Oh, good evening, sir. Fine ball.
Aubrey, may I introduce Miss Smith? Captain Aubrey, ma'am, late of the Leopard.
You were on board of the Shannon, sir, were you not?
I was, ma'am.
Must forgive me, Miss Smith. I have promised Lady Harriet.
How proud you must be of your victory, Captain Aubrey.
Oh, the victory is Philip Brooks, ma'am, not mine.
But you are both captains.
I was a passenger, ma'am. A person of no consequence.
I am sure you are being too modest, sir. I am certain you rushed aboard the Chesapeake, sword in hand, cut, thrust, parry. Not so?
Well, I did venture upon their deck for a while.
There. I knew it.
But the victory was Brooks, and his alone.
Then let us drink to his health. Captain Brooke and victory.
Brooke and victory.
That woman is making me quite indignant.
What woman?
Seducing poor Aubrey is like taking pennies from a blind man's hat.
Well, let's hope he enjoys it. He seems to.
See him, beaming all over his face and figuring away like a young buck. They are making themselves very conspicuous.
Certainly she seems unusually complacent.
She is a wrong-un.
A wrong-un, Villiers?
I know Amanda Smith from India when I was a girl. She came out with a fishing fleet. Tried too hard there, and she has tried too hard here. The army is pretty cautious when it comes actually to marrying, you know?
Not so the Navy?
No, not at all, no. Amanda Smith's reputation is now, well, it's not much better than mine. Jack should really take care.
Happy, happy, happy pair. None but the brave deserve the fair.
Oh, don't you believe it, Maturin? That is a clear head with an eye upon the main chance. Her prey is known to be well off. All the sailors call him Lucky Jack Aubrey. Could you not give him a hint?
No, ma'am, I could not.
You would not save him from himself?
Villiers, I'm not my brother's keeper.
The blue dress and the magnificent diamonds. Captain Aubrey, do you know that woman?
She is Diana Villiers, my wife's cousin.
She is so elegant. Who is the little dark man who dances with her? I do not recognize his uniform.
Oh, that is a naval surgeon's coat. But he must have forgotten the regulation breeches, ma'am. That is Dr. Maturin.
They seem very particular. They have danced together near the whole evening.
Well, they are engaged to be married, ma'am.
Such a fine woman cannot possibly throw herself away on a mere surgeon.
No woman could throw herself away on Stephen Maturin. He is my very close friend. We have sailed together for years, and I value him most extremely, ma'am.
Then there is more in him than meets the eye.
Oh, far more. I do assure you.
It is only that she is so very, very elegant. I cannot tell you how I admire beauty in a woman.
Oh, I too, ma'am. And I am very happy to have a most perfect example as my partner.
Oh, fine. Captain Aubrey. Never mind manoeuvres, always go straight at them.
Oh, the servants are moving about already.
You're right. Here is your shirt.
Ow!
Oh, your poor arm.
No, it's nothing.
Oh, my hero.
It's a wound from the Java.
You have exercised it inconsiderately.
Well, Nelson on the Nile was but a single arm.
Then I shall do for you as Lady Hamilton for him. Your breeches, sir.
Oh.
You must go by the garden gate. It is only bolted. I will leave it open again tonight. Goodbye.
You look as though you'd found the fountain of youth, brother.
Well, a morning walk does set you up amazingly. That and letters from home at last.
Ah, is all well there?
Oh, yes, yes. Sophie sends you her dear love in every letter.
Oh.
George is breeched, and the girls are learning deportment and French. French, of all things.
Had she received any of your letters from Boston?
2. And that good fellow Chad's travelled down to tell her all about Java and Constitution. He was very tactful about my arm.
You'll have to make sure it is better by the time she sees it, or she might think that you'd been in battle of some kind.
Captain!
We have but a few more days. Captain Brooks' dispatch will certainly be sent by the diligence packet the moment it is written. News that will be infinitely welcome to government.
And happy the man that carries it. But day after day she lies at single anchor, and still poor Brooks' dispatch remains unwritten.
Yes, his wound is grave. It would be very wrong to urge him to write yet. It would be cruel.
Well, I dare say something will be fadged up if you don't recover in a day or so. They must be on fire to send the news home. I know I am. And the diligence is a right flyer.
Lady to see you, sir.
Oh, my God, it's Miss Smith. She follows me everywhere. The goddamn stern chase. Stephen, may I make use of your bedroom?
Diana! My dear, you look blooming.
I am glad of it. We are to sail directly, Stephen. I have it as a great secret that Captain Brooks' dispatches have been written up.
Fadged up.
They are to go off at once, and we are to go with them.
Are we, by God?
Jack! How do you do?
I heard your voice and thought I would just give you a good day before going out. You look very well, Diana. Peaches and cream ain't in it.
Thank you, Jack.
I shall step around and ask for orders for the diligence. Pull across to her and make sure we get decent berths.
Lose not a minute, then.
I shall not. Cousin.
Who is Dido?
Dido? As I recall, she was Queen of Carthage in ancient times. She granted Aeneas the last favours, and she was much concerned when he slung his hook, as we say.
So Amanda Smith is right.
How's that?
I could have told her how it would end.
I'm sure that would have been a great satisfaction to you, Villiers.
Oh, how Jack could be so simple, I cannot tell. Oh, how I despise a woman who cannot take a tumble without flying into hysterics. I shall be a second Dido. Really, upon my honour. A girl like Amanda Smith? What is this?
It's technically known as coffee. Ground acorns and roast barley, infused in tide water.
Oh, it is foul. Have you nothing else to drink, Stephen?
Rum only. And that is the very last thing for you. Straight-lacing, too, is to be avoided. And tobacco. No spirits.
You knew?
It is still before 12. I am well with Father Costello, who'll pronounce the conjugal without any difficulty.
I love you dearly, Stephen. If ever I were to ask a man's charity, it would be yours.
My dear, you exaggerate the importance of this.
I cannot marry a man when I am enchild by another.
I believe you are aware that I'm myself a bastard. It's a cruel thing to entail upon a child.
I'm sure it is, Stephen. You understand these things. You are a physician.
No. No. My whole function is to preserve life, not to take it away.
I cannot bear it.
The oath I have sworn.
That man's child will be a monster.
All my convictions?
I beg of you, Stephen.
Diana.
I beg of you not to fail me.
You must marry me.
Diligence, off Cape Sambro, 44 degrees, 27 minutes, 37 seconds north. 63 degrees, 35 minutes and 4 seconds west. Liberty still lying at 4 miles on the starboard quarter. The people variously employed, course east-northeast, 8 knots under all plain sail.
What do you see, Tom?
Well now, Dad, I believe I make out another sail. Pull down, with 2 or maybe 3 points abaft the beam. 'Tis cruel hazy there in the eye of the sun. It's maybe an ice mountain.
What away to leeward, Tom?
Nothing to leeward, Dad. And north I see clear to the horizon.
Thanks be.
You're glad, Mr. Douglas?
I'm right glad, sir. We shall outrun them. I said we should go south, about Sable Island. With the Liberty there on our starboard quarter, and this other vessel beating up to leeward if he could, they would have pinched us like a lobster claw.
You think they had intelligence of your sailing?
Bless you, Captain Aubrey. In Halifax, you can scarce piss against a wall without the Yankees know it next day. I just happened to remark in the King's Head that I should be going south.
Well, were you not then altogether surprised to find them waiting for you?
No, sir, I was not. Not Liberty at all events. Mr. Henry there, he has laid for me many and many a time. He hopes to come up from leeward and carry us by boarding.
Right enough. Liberty lies uncommon close to the wind.
Aye, and she sails uncommon full, but we shall sail the swifter. This is my own ship, sir, my own diligence, and I love her like her daughter. And she can run.
The other, then? If she is what we think?
Her presence does surprise me, sir, in truth. Your Yankee privateers never hunt in pairs without there's a proper prize. I doubt we are worth it.
But we carry news of our only victory. We should be a feather in their caps.
To be sure.
And one in the eye for King George.
Well, I don't hardly answer the expense, sir. Say, 100 men aboard each, at American rates of pay, all eating their heads off, to say nothing of the wear and tear, and the clawing you may get in the last moments before boarding.
And I believe you could give him a rare old clawing, Mr. Douglas.
So I shall, if ever he manages to come alongside.
You could, take the liberty, as one might say.
Yeah.
Mr. Dalglish is quite confident, my dear. We shall shake them off.
Johnson.
It seems that these schooners were lying on the course we were expected to take. Their presence appears hardly to have been the effect of hazard.
Of course it was not. Johnson is perfectly capable of hiring privateers to get us back.
I really do not believe you need to feel concerned. Here. Laudanum. Drink.
He would do anything. We spend money like water, move heaven and earth to get hold of me.
Do you flatter yourself?
I do not.
Perhaps not. But we're a great way ahead of them.
And my diamonds, they are all I have.
Mr. Dalglish assures me that we shall meet with fog upon the banks, where they can neither see nor follow us.
Stephen, I shall never escape from him.
Well, I shall be heartily glad of the fog.
He shall never have my diamonds, not as long as there is breath in my body.
Sleep. Sleep now, my dear.
No, by God, he shall not have them.
You've been in the rigging.
We've been changing the beckets for grommets, man-o'-war fashion.
You've not been taking care of your arm, Jack, and shirt sleeves. There's madness in this cold.
We must have every fraction of every knot out of the Diligence. No fog on the Grand Bank, despite all normality. No refuge. And see, Liberty has spread drabblers now, boomed out on either side. I've never seen that before with such a rig.
And what, pray, does that mean?
It means she's in a hellfire hurry.
I've never seen the like. Not since war was declared. Man would think we were ballasted with gold, they want us so much. Tom! Joe! Fore topsails! Get aloft! All hands!
All hands! All hands!
By 1:30, fore topmast fished with capstan bars, running north and east, topgallants and royals, 6 knots. Liberty and her companion gaining. the people preparing carronades for an encounter. Mails brought onto deck, ready to jettison. I'll leave the glory side to you, sir.
I am exceedingly cognizant of it, Captain Dalglish.
Once they open fire, I mean to bear up sharp and steer between them.
May I say, sir, I never thought I should like a fellow who ran so openly. Like a hare without beating about the mulberry bush or making any bones about it.
There was a time, Captain Aubrey, where the running has to stop. We will touch them up handsome, sir, though it be the last thing that we do. Anything is better than a tame surrender.
You are a true fighting captain, sir.
Never say die.
I honour you for it.
Royal Halyards! Royal Halyards! Let fly! Tom! Joe! Roust in them weather braces! Punt lines! Punt lines, you pot set of wholesome sods! Fast that cheering! Start them, Mr. Harvey! Kick the buggers' arses for them! Fast that bloody cheering!
Back!
Put that down at once.
Stephen!
Do you not know it is very rude to point a pistol at a person you do not mean to kill?
I beg your pardon.
For shame, Villiers. Where were you brought up?
There was gunfire. I thought an action, and then all the banging and calling out, I was sure we were boarded.
Not at all. You're entirely mistook. The Liberty, that most inveterate privateer, has undone herself entirely.
Johnson will only follow with the other ship.
No, be easy, my dear. Liberty ran up on ice and sank not 5 minutes since. The other is making for home, loaded like Noah's Ark with survivors. You're looking better, I find. Your pulse.
My diamonds.
A pistol? Thank you. Yes, you're far better. Johnson is gone. You've escaped, my dear. I give you all the joy in the world.
In The Fortune of War by Patrick O'Brien, dramatised for radio by Roger Danes, Captain Jack Aubrey was played by David Robb, Dr. Stephen Maturin by Richard Delane, Diana Villiers, Candida Benson, Captain Philip Brooke, Peter Forbes, Ponticane, Nick Underwood, Henry Johnson, Struan Roger, Amanda Smith, Emma Handy, Major Beck, Don Gillet, Admiral Colpoys, Tony Turner, Lieutenant Charles Falconer, Cameron Percival, and Midshipman Edgar Bartholomew by Lewis Bray. All other parts were played by the cast. The Fortune of War was a BBC Scotland production directed by Bruce Young.
Ahoy! Ahoy there! Is there anybody within? Hey there!
Jack? Jack!
Oh, Sophie, sweetheart.
Oh, Jack! I'm so glad to have you home.
The Fortune of War by Patrick O'Brien. Dramatised for radio by Roger Danes. Episode 3.
And is it true?
Is there any more bread, my love? Is what true?
That the Shannon took the Chesapeake? There was a rumour this morning by the postman.
Perfectly true, thank God. As neat an action as you could wish. 15 minutes from the first gun to the last. Stephen and Diana and I were aboard.
Dear Stephen, how is he?
Well, still in Portsmouth. There's, some difficulty about Diana.
There's always difficulty about Diana.
Well, this is about her being an American. Stephen and I have gone bail for her that she don't wander off. 5,000 apiece.
Do eat some more ham, my darling. You are dreadfully thin.
Which will be damned expensive if she do sling her hook. Not that she will. She and Stephen are to be married at last.
No.
Yes, I was astonished too.
Perhaps it will be for the best.
Well, he has longed for her, you know. These many, many years.
How I hope they may be happy.
I have obliged you in everything, Stephen. Only one glass of wine at dinner, no tobacco at all, not even snuff.
You have been incredibly good, Villiers.
You wouldn't light a cigar, would you, and give me just a waft?
Well, I might. Shall we sit?
Do you have anything of my release?
I'm to London in the morning.
The idea of getting out of this revolting place.
And thence to Paris, to the Institut, to deliver myself of a scientific address.
Oh, light your cigar, for God's sake.
You're looking well. Physically well.
Oh, God, I'm not used to smoke anymore. I cannot live in England, Stephen.
A creature of your social temper.
Tales, Maturin, tales of what happened in India. I can only guess what it will be like when the gossip starts to come back from Nova Scotia.
Inconveniences that you may do away with.
Portsmouth is hard enough now. Imagine London in a few weeks' time. Diana Villiers with a great belly and no husband.
Well, as Mrs. Maturin...
I will be damned to hell before I marry a man when I am enchild by another.
You have said so.
You would not rid me of it when I asked you.
No. And you promised.
Then respect my wishes.
Respect mine.
I ordered a fire as soon as ever your message came through. You always were a chilly mortal.
I must beg your pardon, Sir Joseph, for asking to meet you at your home.
Oh, dear Maturin, not at all. No, please, take a seat.
I've been away so long that I no longer know how things go at the Admiralty. I collect there have been many changes.
Some are gone. Some very able new young men have replaced them. Sisyphus has a new face, but the boulder must still be pushed.
Just so. Now, these documents I acquired in Boston.
Ah. Welcome home indeed.
Major Beck in Halifax has already dealt with those of local significance, but I flatter myself that some have wider import.
Are these really the private papers of Mr. Henry Johnson?
Yeah.
My dear Maturin, I am at a loss. I fear that I used up all my superlatives when I wrote to you about your coup on the Leopard.
Oh, you were too kind then, too kind entirely.
Oh, so the letter reached you?
And Java itself.
Then I can only repeat myself. You have done magnificently, sir. Magnificently.
The records are interesting. They chart the progress of a gifted amateur who attains the professional. Mr. Johnson and his American colleagues would seem to have condensed generations of experience into a mere few years.
I shudder to think of the risks you ran to bring these away.
Mr. Johnson is a dangerous opponent. I'm persuaded that he hired the two privateers that waylaid our packet home. They pursued us with an inveteracy that can only be explained by the prospect of enormous gain.
Such a coup. By God.
It was a lucky strike. But I'm not sorry to finish my career with a success, however fortuitous.
What can you mean by finish, Maturin?
Take care of the excrement, Villiers.
Lord, there is so much colour here, Stephen. So much more charm and splendour than drab old England. Such uniforms.
There's a great difference between the full dress that delights the eye here and what they really wear in the muddy, bloody field.
Oh, I could live easily back here again.
In another enemy country, Villiers.
Nobody has ever thought of Paris as an enemy country. We are at war with Bonaparte, not with Paris. And I am an American.
Of course you are, my dear. Do you see there? Rouge et Liqueur. In that house garret, I lodged as a student. Dupuytren lived just below. We used to share our corpses. And now, he's risen to be the Emperor's own physician.
And you, a mere naval surgeon.
He treats Bonaparte's hemorrhoids.
Where are you taking me, Maturin?
To the Faubourg Saint-Germain. I have a friend there who has a vast great palace with no one in it. You are to have one of the upper floors until you're lying in.
You have parcelled up my life without the least reference to me.
You possess many friends here. There's always a great deal going on. I've consulted Beaudeloc, certainly the best accoucheur in Europe. You could not be in better hands, my dear.
Could I not?
I am sadly ignorant of midwifery. I should worry for you when there was no cause.
Here is a one. I do not know the handwriting, nor the seal. You?
No.
My hero.
Bad news?
I
suppose that's George again. Never was there such a boy for wanton destruction. George! George! What have you done?
I feel no false shame, my hero, for it shows how entirely I am yours. I have embraced this opportunity of a transport going home to write to you. You will rejoice to hear that our love is ere long to bear fruit.
Christ alive.
I am sure it will be a little girl. I have determined upon Joanna. I should fly to your arms as soon as there is a place in a packet, but I cannot move from Halifax without I pay my debts, which have mounted surprisingly.
£500.
I do hope Mrs. A will prove more understanding than Lady Nelson, but you will suffer no such womanly reproaches from me, my hero. Write at once. I shall sit at the quay every morning awaiting your letter, scanning the horizon like Ariadne.
You did splendidly, Maturin. I could hear every word, and I understood many of them.
Was it not very far from brilliant?
Pray do not be so absurd. Everybody is saying you have a most prodigious mind, and I have known it forever.
I'm not at all used to addressing so large, so distinguished a gathering. But I flatter myself that now we have the reproductive and digestive process of Pesifaps solitarius on a sounder basis than heretofore.
My dear, you are exquisite.
Oh, and so are you, Villiers. Upon my word, you are.
I thought I should go the whole hog for your great day. Le porc inentamé.
You are ethereal. A filmy blue wisp of smoke arising.
I shall not be a wisp of anything again for a long, long time. I let some of my pearls go for this dress, you know.
That was well worth it.
I liked my pearls.
But you are truly attached to your diamonds, and you are ravishing in them.
Oh, I love them passionately. The blue Peter above all. I don't give a damn where it came from. I shall part with my diamonds for nothing on earth, and I shall certainly be buried in them. You will remember that, Stephen, if things go not well this autumn. I am to be buried in them.
You're in the best possible hands, my dear.
May I rely on you?
Certainly you may. Be not afraid. I shall have constant news of you through my friends.
Already, Stephen? I thought you were to stay at least to the end of the month.
I've done what I came to do, my dear. I must be away. And you must pay great attention to Monsieur Beaudeloc. Follow his instructions in every particular. Pregnancy can be a delicate affair. Here's your carriage. And now, listen, Villiers. Listen. Should you ever be questioned about me?
What are you talking about, dear Stephen?
There is nothing between us.
What?
We're old acquaintances. No more. That is what you must say.
Well, then I will.
Oh, my dear, it is a black lie. But you must tell it.
And are you away?
God bless you. Allez! God bless Diana.
Now, sir, I wish to advert to your late action with the Vaxham hide.
Well, the Leopard under my command sank her in latitude 42 south.
I am to ask you, Captain Aubrey, how you can be sure of her identity.
Well, sir, Captain Fielding of the Nymph reported her off Cape Branco, so when we ran into a ship of the line bearing Dutch colours, we naturally assumed that she was the same.
But there being no prisoners, no documentary evidence, the Admiralty has no proof absolute that the vessel in question was the Waxham Hyde.
Well, many an enemy ship has been destroyed with not a scrap of material evidence, sir. Immemorial custom of the sea, however, has always accepted the log and the unanimous statement of His Majesty's officers.
I quite agree, but you will forgive me, sir. In this case, I am to observe that the statement of the Leopard's officers is not quite unanimous.
Grant.
Lieutenant Grant, indeed. You're first on the Leopard.
Does he say I spread rumours that he behaved badly?
He says, just see...
It is completely untrue, Mr. Solent. I distinctly told Admiral Drury and Palar Batang that Grant left the Leopard with my permission, that I was satisfied with his conduct up to that time.
Now he is unemployed.
I went out of my way to tell it.
You do not like the man? Well, Lieutenant Grant has acquainted the department with his impression that what you call the Waxham Hyde was a Dutch store ship.
A store ship?
Armed on fruit.
Well, the man has run mad.
Well, until he is certified insane, we remain bound by the rules to take notice.
Well, it's monstrous. A store ship. I may not have seen Waxham Hyde painted on her stern, but by God, I saw her broadside. And I tasted it too. Does the Admiralty... Do you, sir, suggest that a post-captain of my service and seniority not know an enemy 74 when he engages her? It's monstrous.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And very happy I am to see you, Aubrey.
Good morning, sir.
We were just about to send when we heard that you was already here. That will do, Soames.
Admiral, sir.
That is what I call a coincidence. Aubrey here, already in Whitehall. Almost makes you believe in crystal gazers, eh, Aubrey?
Almost, sir.
Captain Aubrey.
Good day, Soames. Sit. Now... This is a delicate, pressing piece of work, Aubrey. It calls for a cool, experienced hand.
Sir?
It was suggested that you might not like being offered a sloop, Aubrey, but I said pooh.
Pooh, sir?
Pooh. Aubrey don't top it the Grand Mogul. Aubrey don't stand upon his dignity. Aubrey would take a fishing smack against the enemy so long as there was a gun in it.
Oh, I'm obliged for your good opinion, sir.
But ain't I right, Aubrey?
Sir, may I ask, what sloop?
And Aubrey always goes straight at the point. Ariel, she lies at the Nore. You can post down and catch the morning tide.
Well, time to pick up my dunnage, sir.
Aubrey, this is an urgent business.
A word with my wife?
Heavens, no. Time and tide, Aubrey. I will telegraph Portsmouth. They will tell your wife that you will be back next month with a right feather in your cap.
Thank you, sir. And they do say a feather in the cap is worth two in the bush.
Aye, so they do. Lose not a minute, Aubrey.
Sir? Ariel, 51 degrees, 26 minutes and 51 seconds north, 8 degrees, 44 minutes and 50 seconds east. Calm, slack water. Course, east by northeast, 5 knots. Gentle breeze. At 7:30, exercise the great guns. Shall we get in a fourth, Mr. Hyde?
Find your gun!
We can try, sir.
No, 3 is enough. How's your guns?
How's your gun?
That is the Admiralty practice allowance gone for the next 8 months. A creditable exercise, Mr. Hyde.
Thank you, sir.
Come up the sheets half a fathom, Mr. Grimman.
Hey, Pops! Up the sheets, half a fathom it is, sir!
And belay that slab line.
Aye, sir! Belay the slab line there!
Dr. Maturin.
Here!
You lost not a minute before your fireworks, as I perceive.
We shall be a match for anything of our own class, so long as we can get close enough. Good Lord, what have we here?
It is nothing, sir. I feel nothing.
Well, the blood running down your face suggests you do.
Lieutenant Jalliello has struck his head against the low beam there.
The Ariel is an unrated ship. One must always watch out for low beams in such a craft.
I endeavour to remember, sir.
A shocking blow it was, indeed.
Should you care for some grog?
Thank you, no.
Well, you'll survive, Jalliello.
Could happen to anyone.
I suggest you lie down, allow the wound to close. There'll be no great disfigurement, I'm sure.
I swear he is an unluckier sailor even than you.
He'll mend. He's a cavalry officer, for all love. He expects to be tall and is cut down by a low timber.
I have been saddled with him, Stephen.
Yes, he has supplied us with much invaluable intelligence of the fortress, our destination.
I have enough intelligence to know that I'm in bilge water up the neck. As the poor Daphnes would tell us if only they could. 42-pounders, Stephen. Perched high upon a rock approaching Grimsholm. There was never a trace of the Daphne after. No survivors. Only fishermen's tales.
We are to attempt the reduction of Grimsholm by subtler means than brute force. Bloodless, even, as I trust. But I perfectly understand your reluctance.
Do you insinuate that I'm not game? I dare say you mean it as a joke.
Forgive me, Jack.
No. I'm grateful for this scheme of yours, Stephen. If we can capture this island and its fortress, I shall not quibble about the lack of a little bloodshed. Truly. It's right good to be ordered abroad.
Sophie has been worried about your health, you know.
Oh, God. You need not tell me I'm a scrub, Stephen. I know it very well.
You may be a little off-colour, but...
This letter is why the delay over the Vaxamhide is so uncommon awkward. You share in head money and gun money, too. You're pretty nearly the only surviving warrant officer from the Leopard. It is a tidy sum.
Do you wish me to comment upon these contents?
Look, I will just say I have sent her all I could.
The lady may be mistaken, Jack.
Do you mean to be kind?
I do not. False pregnancies are by no means rare in women of an hysterical tendency, as Miss...
I do not need to hear her name, Stephen.
Well then, in the case of a true pregnancy, rather better than 12 out of 100 women miscarry. No? Then you must also consider there may be no pregnancy.
Well, I think a woman would know of such.
The lady may deceive herself. Or, my dear, the lady may deceive you.
Oh, come, Stephen.
You'd not be the first man to be so cozened.
What a very blackguard thing to say.
It cannot be denied that a demand for money has a sadly untoward appearance.
I know her, Stephen. She may not be very wise, but she's not capable of that.
She's made no very strenuous efforts to return to you, in spite of several packets voyaging to and from Nova Scotia.
I've begged her not to come. Not yet. But I know her.
Enter in unto her and know her. Jack, brother, I should never say it, did I not suppose there might be some truth in it.
Look, I cannot behave like a thief-taker to a person who has... to such a woman. I should only be so much more the scrub.
Would you say this is a complex vessel, Jack?
What?
With all her masts and ropes and dependent sails. Yet she has nothing to the difficulties of life ashore.
Mr. Jaggiello, sir. Mr. Rowbottom. Captain's compliments, sir. And he would like to speak to you when you are at leisure.
Well, I am always at my leisures. I will follow you.
Captain says you want to come down through the lubber's hole, sir.
The lubber?
Lubber's hole, sir. There. The hole cut in the platform. The safe way down.
But you go not that way.
You are to come down safe, sir, if you please.
I really cannot have you wandering aloft like that.
Does the captain believe that I shall fall?
As to that, Mr. Jaggiello.
You have fallen into the sea twice.
And I was plucked therefrom twice.
You have plunged into the hold through the open hatchway.
Sacks. A heap of empty sacks did preserve me.
And you were very, very nearly destroyed by the mizzen t'gant mast fid.
Mr. Awkward Moses has given most fulsome apology.
And you begged him off his flogging.
It was an accident, pure.
And how do your fingers today?
A little inconvenience in holding my coffee, Doctor, and in putting on my pea jacket. But your patching up, sir, has been of the best.
Well, sir, it would please me if you would confine yourself to the tops.
Sir?
The lower platforms of the masts.
I shall do as you wish, of course, but, you know, heroes never fall.
Is that so?
Not fatally, at the least.
I was not aware that you were a hero, Mr. Jaggiello.
Of course I am a hero, sir. Every man is a hero of his own tale.
There are some eminent exceptions, sure.
And you must have noticed that heroes are never beaten. They may be undone for a while, but they always do themselves up again and marry the virtuous young gentlewoman.
Nip!
What have you, Mr. Rowbottom?
4 knots and 3 fathoms, sir, if you please.
56 degrees, 2 minutes and 4 seconds north, 12 degrees, 40 minutes and 13 seconds east. Off Helsingborg. Course southerly, little more than steerage way.
Mother of God! It's narrower than I'd supposed.
Good morning, Doctor.
And to you, brother. Which is which?
On the shorter larboard walk our allies, the Swedes. Danes on the starboard, the enemy. 3 miles of sea between them and us in the middle.
Have you seen the eider ducks yet?
The what?
Did not Jaggiello promise us eider ducks in the Sound? You were looking so earnestly.
Do you see those green roofs and terraces to starboard? To starboard, Stephen.
Ah.
That is Elsinore.
Oh. God bless my soul. And yours too, Joy. The very Elsinore. I'd supposed it to be mid... I view it with reverence. Hush, Jack. Do not move. They come. Ah, eiders, without a doubt. Oh, this is a day to mark with a white stone. There's a drake in full dress. He dives. Good God!
That is what I was looking for.
What is it?
Danish mortar fire.
The Goths. They might have hit the birds.
Tolerably good practice.
Ah, these Danes. Always been a shameless people.
They're increasing their charge.
You know, Jack, what they did at Clonmacnoise?
Mr. Hyde, we will carry on down the Sound.
They burned it, the thieves.
Carry on down the Sound it is, sir.
You may shave the Swedish shore as close as you please.
Aye, sir.
Their queen sat on the high altar, mother naked, uttering oracles in a heathen frenzy. It's all of a piece with them.
Mr. Jaggiello, good morning to you.
Look at Hamlet's mother.
Good morning, sir. Doctor, you're most obedient.
The Danes are busy, as you see.
I wish they may burst.
Down with your helm.
Aye, sir.
Were you ever in Elsinore, Mr. Jaggiello?
Many a time, sir. I could show you Hamlet's grave from here.
I was really wondering whether they have 10 or 13-inch mortars on the upper terrace.
10 and 13 both, sir.
I should be very happy to see Hamlet's grave as well.
A little to the right, from the furthest turret, sir. Among those trees.
So there he lies. Well, well.
We all must come to it.
Young men will do it, and they come to it by cog. They are to blame. Capital piece.
I doubt I could myself have done much better.
I never laughed so much in my life.
Do you know I've never classed Hamlet among the comedies? Did you read it recently, I pray?
I've never read it at all. Not right through. But it all ended unhappily, I collect.
So it did, too. The pity of the world.
Must be years since we met, Captain Aubrey.
The last time was in July of the year 1, sir.
It was.
Just after your splendid victory in the Gut of Gibraltar.
The Lord was good to us that day, unless the Baltic is quiet by comparison, and cold.
Allow me to name Dr. Maturin, sir.
I'm very happy to meet Dr. Maturin.
Admiral Sir James Samaras.
Your servant, sir.
I've read your communication from the Admiralty, sir. Is Captain Aubrey aware of the nature of your mission?
He is.
The Lord has scattered confusion upon our plans for Grimsholm Island.
How's that, sir?
Well, your hopes rest upon subverting the Catalan garrison of the fortress there.
They have little love for their French masters, and they are far, far from home.
A most reliable source tells us that the French are preparing to replace them. A force to do precisely that is already on the march through Pomerania.
Then there is little time for deliberation.
And on the mainland, they've started to excavate a new battery that will sweep the Grimsholm approaches.
I suggest that I should be landed on the island as soon as possible. We must risk all at one throw, and do so at once.
Stephen.
If I can only get ashore, I feel reasonably confident of success. But I cannot think that a man-of-war is the best conveyance.
Normal supplies for Grimsholm have been cut off by the French until they replace the garrison.
We may bring Ariel in by ruse or stealth.
Many of the soldiers on the island are sea Catalans. They'd recognize the Ariel at once. Blow her out of the water, whatever her colours or disguise. And then the transport with all our replacement gunners and supplies will instantly be lost.
Do you perhaps have a suitable prize, sir?
No Danish or Danzig vessel, certainly. So many foreigners are licensed to carry trade or naval stores to England. We take very few prizes on the Baltic station.
If I may, sir, we sighted a Dutch brig this morning, the Minnie, on our way into Karlskrona. She made no attempt to escape us, so I make no doubt that she was steering for Riga under your license. She was heavy, slow, and I believe short-handed. Ariel is none of those things.
It might be more scrupulous to wait until one of my cruisers picks up a legal prize.
At this time, sir, a day is a year. If Grimsholm cannot be induced to submit, it will have to be stormed.
Certain deaths for several thousand men.
So, I will suspend the license of this unfortunate Dutch brig, and you will seize upon her, Captain Aubrey.
Sir.
God forgive me, but necessity knows no law.
Wind steady, west-northwest. From noon, the people, rested after chase, occupied in loading of the Dutch prize, Minnie, and preparing her for approach to Grimsholm Island.
I have often observed that a gold piece, decently proffered, may elicit a flood of information untainted by concealed malignity.
Oh, yes.
The Minnie's mate has revealed that his vessel has been illicitly trading supplies with the Grimsholm garrison, and he has a private signal for her approach.
Oh, she's been nowhere near for months, according to her books.
No, but I've been thinking about Artemisia.
If you mean the frigate, she's in the West Indies.
I speak not of a ship, Jack. Legdamus's daughter, the Queen of Kos.
And what has she got to do with Minnie's private signal, Stephen?
Artemisia took part, as you'll recall, in the ancient Battle of Salamis. Perceiving that the day was lost and pursued by several Athenian ships, she at once attacked a Persian vessel.
There, well, you never can trust a woman at sea.
So that the Athenians, assuming she must be an ally, give over their chase and allowed her to escape.
Very good. I do not perceive your meaning.
There is an analogy here, Jack. Suppose the Minnie were to fly into Grimsholm, all sails abroad, pursued by the Ariel with all guns a-firing.
Well, you tell me a good many seamen are garrisoned there.
But do you not think that any error would be overlooked in the private signal she was flying? Particularly as it was valid for the Minnie's last visit.
Well, I like your scheme. But, Stephen, to convince those seamen, it will have to be played damn well.
I beg pardon, sir, but the men say the Minnies are lousy. They beg to be excused from exchanging clothes with them.
Well, I'll be complaining next to the Weevils, Mr. Hyde.
I made that point, sir, but Wittgenstein, who speaks for them, said Weevils were neutral. Natural, I mean. Lice, being one of the plagues of Egypt, were not. They fear for their hair, sir.
They distinguish not between pediculus vestimenti and pediculus capitis.
Oh, that's very apparent, Stephen.
I refer to the body louse and that which infests the hair. The two are quite dissimilar.
The men are extremely unwilling to have to cut off their pigtails, sir.
If they do not put on the Dutchman's hats, they're in no danger.
Call the men aft, Mr. Hyde. They will clap a stopper to their capers. Men, I understand you don't like lice. No more do I. But to get into Grimsholm under the enemy's guns, you have to look like sloppy joes, not like man-o'-war's men. We have urgent business. I'm sorry for it, but it is in the line of duty. Now, a very learned gentleman has told me that these are but innocent lice. Have no fear for your pigtails. They go only for your body, never your hair. These are pediculo vestimento, and not in any wise pediculo capito. Two quite different kettles of fish. Vestments and caps. And 1 and 4pence a day extra for each man who plays a Minnie's part. Dismiss the hands, Mr. Hyde, and let us carry on.
Dismiss! And to your stations!
55 degrees, 28 minutes and 21 seconds north, 17 degrees, 19 minutes and 31 seconds east. Course, south by southeast. At 11:30, the Minnie's prize crew preparing to chase into Grimsholm.
I have never eaten enough caviar.
It is rum stuff. But put to sea without stores or loss of a minute, and one must eat what one can take.
It's nearly time.
We must be chasing long before the island sees us. Here is my dear love to you, Stephen.
And to you, brother. Now, before I go aboard the Minnie, if I succeed, I shall hoist the Catalan flag from the fortress. You know the Catalan flag, I'm sure. Well, it's yellow with 4 bloody stripes down it. If you see it...
When I see it.
Very well. You must bring in the transports, of course. Our gunners must quickly take up the posts vacated by the garrison. The fortress must be secured as soon as may be. But first, Jack, you must come in yourself, with Ariel flying the same Catalan flag in some place of honourable distinction.
Yellow jack with stripes of the spare pennant. I'll have the sailmaker run up 6 of them.
Just so. And I beg you'll salute the fortress with all the guns proper for such a place, or even more.
I understand Catalan pride.
Colonel Dullestred is the garrison's commanding officer, and my godfather. He's a Catalan nobleman of great valour, who I hope and trust will turn his coat, his men, and his fortress over to us. You're pleased to receive him with all the ceremony due to such a man.
Stephen, if you take this island, I will give your godfather the full 21-gun royal salute. Ariel, in Grimsholm Bay. Our new captured fortress saluted with 21 guns. Colonel Dullestret received with all due honours aboard Ariel as supernumerary. The Catalan form a garrison being loaded into transports by Admiralty orders, ready for return to their native country.
At once!
You said yourself that the Catalans should be repatriated as soon as may be. Those are my orders from Admiral Samaras, opened as directed once Grimsholm was ours.
But to set sail on a Friday?
I do not believe in omens anymore, Stephen.
After what we've done, I should have looked for a tenor less cold and peremptory. My dear Aubrey, perhaps, rather than this, sir.
They are orders, Stephen.
Coffee, sir, which you ordered up and out.
Good.
Hectoring, tautologist, semi-literate stuff. His Majesty's ship under your command, together with the ships and vessels named in the margin, shall proceed with the utmost diligence to the Bordeaux stream. Does he realise how far that is?
We are to take supplies on the way.
Beg pardon, sir?
Yes, Mr. Hyde.
The transports have hoisted their signals, ready to proceed to sea.
Then make it so, Mr. Hyde.
At once, sir.
On a Friday, and it's the 13th.
Give me the coffee, Killick.
In all matters having to do with the landing of the Spanish troops in Santander or passages for the same purpose, you will follow the advice and submit to the judgment of Dr. S. Maturin.
Killick, this coffee has been boiled.
Bollocks it has.
Spanish troops, forsooth. A man of any spirit would be more inclined to toss S. Maturin into the sea than ask his advice after this pompous fustian.
Sir, may I?
Mr. Jaggiello, good morning. Should you care for some infamously boiled coffee?
I will not, sir, I thank you.
You blush, Mr. Jaggiello.
The fact of the matter is, I am in possession of an embarrassment. I have found a woman in my bed.
Remarkable. Killick, stop it.
Yes, sir. I found her there just now when I went to my cabin.
What had you been doing all night, Mr. Jaggiello?
I've been in the gunroom, Doctor, playing at cards with the Catalan officers. Colonel Dullestret has given me his note of hand, for I was winning.
Where did she come from?
I do not know, sir. She has the hands of a garrison cook and speaks only a Spanish that I do not know.
Catalan.
Do I surmise that this woman is not wanted on the voyage?
Oh, no, sir. Not at all.
Killick, pass the word for Mr. Fenton. Have him lower down the gig.
Mr. Fenton, gig, how are you, sir?
The lady can cook for His Majesty's garrison, Mr. Jaggiello. You must signify to her that she is to be over the side in 2 minutes.
If you please, sir, I would rather not. It will take very long.
Well, there is not a moment to be lost.
It will seem so unkind. Tears, you know, and reclamations.
Well, nevertheless, a man of war is no place for women. And they bring bad luck.
Say you that believes not in omens anymore.
I never did invite her, upon my honour.
Gigs are ready in, sir. Shall I take Mr. Jaggiello to see off the cookie now?
Make it so, Mr. Jaggiello.
You need to have a care of the ladies, Mr. Jaggiello, and yourself. You come along, you now, sir.
I begged of her to go away, Killick, but she would have my bed, come who may.
That is a very curious thing.
What is?
Jaggiello and women.
You cannot understand what they see in him.
He is a good fellow, to be sure. But a boy only. They swarm to him like privateers to bullion. And he runs from them.
Well, do we not all run from amorous women, Jack, in our season? Even you.
56 degrees, 55 minutes and 42 seconds north. 11 degrees, 25 minutes and 41 seconds east. Heading west-northwest. Wind southerly, squally rain.
Well, Mr. Hyde, we have not lost the convoy yet.
We shall soon have our proper blow, sir, and I hope it will carry us all clear of Jutland and into the North Sea. You cannot set sail of a Friday the 13th without you have a blow. And a woman on board into the offer? The bargain, I mean?
Well, the glass is dropping.
Even if it were not, sir, a Friday is always a Friday.
I'm done with omens. Touch wood. But a falling glass is another kettle of fish. Your glass is scientific. Sir, by your leave.
What's amiss, Mr. Grimmond?
I'm very sorry, sir, but I've to report that the timepiece is broke. Broke? I dropped it on the deck, sir. And now its works are all aboard, sir. The unluckiest fall that ever was.
Stephen, will you lend me your watch?
Well, you're welcome to it, sure. It's admirably calculated for the taking of a pulse.
Damn thing has happened. The ship's timepiece is broke.
Well, what's wrong with the other chronometers?
There ain't any other chronometers. The Admiralty provides only one, and we sailed in such haste that my own are still at Ashgrove.
Pinch penny Admiralty. Here, then. You'll be using it for finding the latitude.
Well, to tell you the truth again, Stephen, most seamen rely upon the sextant for latitude. The timekeeper is more for the other thing, east and west.
Of what?
Well, of Greenwich, naturally.
For which the use of a timepiece. There must be a logic in it.
You carry exact Greenwich time abroad with you. Make accurate observations of local noon. Compare the two, and thus you fix your longitude exactly. A well-tempered chronometer is the sweetest thing.
Alas then, my poor friend.
What?
My severely beautiful brigade here is set to the time of Karlskrona. Not only that, but it loses a minute or so each day. What would that represent?
In these waters, an error of some 20 miles, increasing each day.
Perhaps we should imitate the ancients and hug the shore.
Well, that would mean running down 1,000 miles of enemy coast to Spain, which I ain't going to.
How then will we steer?
The old uns found the New World, Stephen, and came back again with no more than lead, latitude, and lookout. All will be well, I promise you.
Breakers under the lee! On deck there! Breakers under the lee!
What? We should have 200 miles of sea room.
White water, sir. Broad on the on the larboard beam.
Hands about ship! North-northwest!
Hands about ship!
Hands about ship!
How strangely the floor is sloping. I can sit hardly in my chair. What do you suppose they are about?
I cannot tell. The tempest roars, the passenger is a mere helpless parcel.
Does not Captain Aubrey seek your advice in such times?
Not always.
Breakers ahead! Breakers dead ahead!
Fill the main course. 1 point to starboard.
Fill the main course!
Find the mark 3! Find the mark 3! On the deck! Down on the deck!
Is this the end of all, Doctor?
To a cavalryman it may appear so, Mr. Jagello, but Captain Aubrey and I have been shipwrecked many and many a time. Nearly always do we survive the experience. Seamen do love to die drunk if they're not prevented.
What have we come to, Doctor?
Well, it's either France or England. I should say it must be France.
Colours to a whip in the leeward shrouds, Mr. Hyde!
Colours to the shroud! Leeward, sir!
Oh, I hate being fired up from the shore. Cast quick, Brizzes! Cast well ahead! Aye, sir! Mr. Hyde!
Sir!
Let the sheet anchor be cleared away! Haul up a point! Mr. Grimmond!
Haul well below, sir! A couple of feet to the forepeak!
Thank you, Mr. Grimmond. Don't signify. Aerials! Aerials! I know where we are, and it is worse than I thought. But we are going about Club Hall. With God's help, we have already passed 2 reefs and countless rocks. We will weather Gripes Point and ride snug in the bay. A mistake, and we drive upon the rocks. Every man is to obey the word on the instant, and we will have the last laugh of these French guns.
Hiya, master.
Hi, the mark!
The point is very close!
Britons! Fetch a cast far aft! Far aft, do you hear me? Far aft! Aye, chap!
Oh! My God! Sir! Sir! Starboard! All! I mean starboard!
I refuse to believe, Captain Aubrey, that all of your officers, save one, are descended from your Queen Anne.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you that Queen Anne is dead, sir. Common decency, therefore, forbids me to make any comment.
In 20 years of this war, Captain, many, of Royal Navy ships have been wrecked on our Brittany coast. We are habituated to the drawing of correct official lists of prisoners, but your men, to my opinion, have replied to our commissary's questions with culpable levity.
The commissary, sir, is a civilian.
But a servant of the Emperor, sir. He is deserving of more proper respect than claims to parentage such as Guy of Warwick, Creeping Jenny, or Sir Julius Caesar.
Oh, I know Sir Julius. We share a club.
It may prove some time before you renew your acquaintance with that gentleman.
I dare say. Since your Emperor refuses to exchange prisoners in the traditional way, sir, I shall look forward to being your guest until the war's end. Let us hope it be not so long delayed that I wear out my welcome.
As for escape, the great thing is money.
Then we are fortunate that our ship was not taken, no enemy has pillaged us.
Next, a compass and a map, if you can have it.
Had you a map, Mr. Hyde?
Not for my second escape, sir. Cold, wet, and expensive, that was.
You walked to the Adriatic? All that way?
With 3 other midshipmen, yes.
I shake the hand of a hero, Mr. Hyde.
I beg your pardon, sirs, but there is here a young person for Monsieur Jagged Yellow.
Ah, I do beg your pardon, gentlemen.
Delicacies in a little basket, I shouldn't wonder.
Kill it, that will do.
My dear mademoiselle.
I have bring food. It is for you, sir.
You will find money can do almost anything.
But, my dear, dear mademoiselle, I asked quite simply for sausage and apples, not more.
With my own hands, for you, I make this.
There you are again, Doctor. Where am I again?
But foie gras, here is lobster, strawberry tart.
You have need of all your force, sir.
Yesterday she brought a thundering great patty with truffles.
And a bottle.
I am sure it is all wonderfully good, mademoiselle, my dear. But you bring much more than I could ever afford.
You may pay me for later, or in some different manner, how you may like.
Tomorrow we shall see a wedding cake for his pudding.
But how? By note of hand?
If you please, sir, I will bring you to the entrance.
Sirs, my excuses.
What they see in him I cannot conceive. Look at Fenton. Shaves twice a day, side whiskers the pride of the service, strong as a horse and a very fair seaman. But no patties for Fenton, just for that boy.
Not Verdun.
I have my orders, sir.
But is Verdun not where prisoners of war are kept?
Your responses to our questions have not been satisfactory.
Then where are we to go, sir?
Admiral, I have produced my king's commission. I have stated the number of the Ariel's crew. By the laws of war, no captured officer is required to do more.
You are to proceed to Paris for further enquiries. Mount.
Guarded by a whole troop of horse?
Are you the gentleman who was recently invited to a gathering in Paris by the Emperor's own physician?
I regret I cannot satisfy you, sir. My reply must be the same as Captain Aubrey.
And mine also.
I wish you good day, then.
Oh, and a good day to you, sir.
And the most pleasant journey possible. Fermez! Allez! En avant!
Dr. Maturin, we know perfectly well who and what you are.
Well, as to that, sir, I am an officer who is a prisoner of war.
Oh, you were not a prisoner of war when you were last in Paris, nor were you here in the character of an officer.
You must forgive me, Major.
You were a linguist, Dr. Maturin. I dare say you speak the various dialects of Spanish, for example, Catalan.
I do not find the question falls within the limits of what may be put to an officer who is a prisoner of war.
Your reluctance to answer is significant. It amounts to a denial.
Well, on the same basis, you may state that I know Basque or Sanskrit.
Were you in the Baltic aboard the Ariel?
You will have read the ship's books.
Oh, your name is not in the muster roll.
You're mistaken.
The Ariel surgeon was a Mr. Graham.
My name is on the supplementary list as a passenger. Born for victuals, but not pay nor tobacco.
As a spy.
So that is why we are here.
It is unnatural to me to be up so high.
But the tops of a man of war.
All the prisons I've been in thus far have been underground, Jagello. Whereas the Corsi Tower of the decrepit old temple.
It's here they killed poor Wright in the year 5.
Here the king was imprisoned, and most of his family.
They will not guillotine us.
No. Wright was only a commander, not a post captain.
And I am not unknown in the scientific world. Dictatorships are absurdly sensitive to the very public opinion they so continually outrage. So long as it is known that we are here.
And how should that be?
That's the simplest thing. One of you shall have the dysentery.
Oh.
I shall find myself in need of a prescribed bolus. There was never in the world such a talkative, intermarried, clannish band as the physicians of Paris. Thus shall our presence here become known.
That is a fine scheme.
And there'll be so much the less likelihood of our being quietly shuffled off.
Dr. Maturin, how comes it that a lady should be offering the equivalent of at least $1 million for your release, huh?
I am unable to say.
Oh. You maintain that neither you nor she is a political agent?
Major, can you conceive of any such agent yet weaned who might be capable of so enormous a folly?
Well, then what is your explanation for Madame Villiers' attempt at bargain?
Only an insufferable coxcomb would reply to that question, sir.
Well, it cannot be that such a lady would be enamored of your person.
It is improbable, I must confess, but history teems with even less eligible companions.
Was it your baby that she lost? Oh, you did not know. Your lady will not save you, Dr. Maturin. I will present you with a witness to what you have done.
You have already produced a number of mediocre paid informants, sir. I've grown tired of them, too.
You are not tired of this gentleman. He is an American, and he knows you very well.
That is the man. I name Stephen Maturin, the thief, the murderer, and the spy.
Henry Johnson is in Paris, Jack. He has identified me.
Jaggiello and I have been working at loosing the cross stones of the privy.
Would it be possible to expedite the matter at all?
If I had some snatch blocks. But Jagaiello's latest sweetheart has only given us some poor landsman's pulleys.
Who is this man Johnson, Doctor?
He's an American gentleman. He believes I have appropriated some items precious to him. Amongst them, his woman, her jewellery from him, a diamond of very great price, and his child.
He must have a hate of you.
The bitterest, the most malign.
That he crossed the ocean so to revenge himself.
Messieurs, good evening.
Jack, do not. Good evening, gentlemen. Pray walk in.
We are come to take you, Dr. Maturin.
Jack, I beg you. Very well. My companions?
Le capitaine Aubrey, le Jules Napoleon.
Just so.
Certainement. They are to come with you.
And let us go.
One more ship!
All hands to one more ship!
Should we go below, sir?
Why, Captain Babington, I believe I shall take the free air of Calais for a while, if you will permit me your quarterdeck.
Yes, man. With the greatest of pleasure, sir. And give you joy of your escape.
Give you joy of the Oedipus, William. She is a fine command.
Thank you, sir.
Obstinate, pig-headed brute you are, upon my honour.
I've been trying to get it into your thick head this hour at least, William.
It's a question of common good manners.
Hammer and goddamn tongs. They might have been married this 12 months or more.
They are married, then?
No. Figure of speech only.
Dear me.
Johnson is in Paris, the English ports are closed to you as an enemy alien, and I've cost you the Blue Peter.
Be down to the necklace. That bitch of a Talleyrand may have it and welcome.
But you loved it.
You will be my diamond, Stephen. There, I have said it.
Mr. Somerville, I believe we may set to Gantz.
Gantz it is, sir.
Oh, Mrs. Villiers. How delightful to see you, ma'am.
Mr. Babington. Captain Babington, my dear sir.
Cousin Diana, I am so grateful. Proud. Oh, so proud to call you kin. As proud as Lucifer upon my soul.
So you know, Jack.
That you gave up your great diamond for our release. Damn my soul if that ain't handsome. God bless you for it, my dear.
Captain Babington.
Lord Doctor, how very welcome you are.
My dear, when do you expect to be in Dover?
With this breeze and tide, 2 hours or 3, no more.
Then there's not a moment to be lost. I have a service to beg.
Well, I shall be only too happy. Whatever it is. Delighted.
I desire you to marry us.
Do you hesitate, Captain Babington? Is it my reputation? I think I may marry as well as an Amanda Smith. Nay, better.
Miss Smith is married?
To a great beefy hulk of a marine captain.
Lord.
You seem happy at the news.
Not I. Not in especial. I wish them joy, of course.
Oh, my hero.
What is this I hear? You marry Dr. Maturin, my friend, sir?
Why, yes, I do.
William, do you know the drill?
Did you not teach your midshipmen, sir? Always be prepared for the unexpected.
Why, so I did.
Pass the word for my clerk. A prayer book. And break out the champagne!
In The Fortune of War by Patrick O'Brien, dramatised for radio by Roger Danes, Captain Jack Aubrey was played by David Robb, Dr. Stephen Maturin by Richard Delane, Diana Villiers, Candida Benson, Lieutenant Jagaiello, Tom Court, Lieutenant Cornelius Hyde, Carl Prekop, Henry Johnson, Struan Roger, Preserved Killick, John Glover, Barrett Bondon, Sam Dale, Major Jean-Charles Clapier, Stephen Hogan, Admiral Dummett, Tony Turner, Captain Babington, Don Gillet, Sophie Aubrey, Jeanette Percival, Amanda Smith, Emma Handy, and Rowbottom by Liam Lau Fernandez. All other parts were played by the cast. The Fortune of War was a BBC Scotland production directed by Bruce Young.